Will never protect my karma, so
Proven.
Will just keeps it nasty.
I'm sorry.
And now flex.
That was stretching.
Nug, we might need to cover your ears sometime soon.
Hello, chat.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
What is the opening for this? Hello.
Rathy,
Wait.
I
No,
said
I
that
got it.
and you got mad at me.
I got it. Hello. We are live from the apocalypse. We are a for-profit TTRPG. Give us your
Give
money.
us your money.
Now.
Give us your money, you capitalist dogs.
Will is so unamused. He's just like, this goes on the stream.
I gave
It's
Raph
on the internet now.
Gave
It's
Raph
forever.
the hard mute.
Forever.
This is the problem when a player has the ability to mute the
forcibly muted.
You said the
Okay.
You said the forbidden words.
The forbidden words.
for
Oh.
capitalist dogs.
All right, we are not for profit. Sorry, I forgot a word there. TTRPG game stream club. What else? We raise money for charity instead of keeping it for ourselves because we're nice people and we want to do something good for the world, right?
Also, it's
Something
not
like
much
that.
money. So.
Currently, we're raising money for Rainbow Railroad, which helps people, especially LGBTQ and trans people, get out of unsafe situations and get to safer situations and places. That we're only a little bit there to our already raised goal, so keep it going, folks. What else?
Don't give us the bits or the
don't give us
subs.
money.
Yeah.
Stop
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop. I mean, you can.
You
if
know
you
what
got,
happens.
If you got like
You
that
know the
Amazon Prime.
consequences.
If you have an Amazon Prime, please do it because then it's basically free money.
Yeah, you're if you're not doing anything else with it, I mean, like,
give us Jeff Bezos' money.
It's free real
Yeah,
estate.
you might as well. But if not, we've hidden the subscribe button. I never remember this part because I always have to hunt for it. And if you do end up subscribing, which why would you? The lovely and terrible GM Brennan Lee Mulligan will kill some dogs. He will murder some dogs for every year that you have subscribed. Wait, I say year, month that you have subscribed. You know, every
very
month
fast
he
at
murders
this.
a lot of dogs for me specifically, and I appreciate that. So, yeah. What else? I think that's it, right?
Has Brendan
currently on
Mulligan
22 dogs.
Has he become the Krampus of the stream or something like that?
So here's the thing.
That's next
If he
week.
wants us to stop saying this,
He has to talk to us.
acknowledge us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so acknowledge our
It's just
existence.
like he's gonna have to talk to us to get it to
Yep.
stop. So
Listen, either he has to talk to us or his lawyers will have to talk to us. And either
Either
way,
way,
a
a
win
win.
is a win. A
Who
win
would have
is a
loved
win.
to be?
on behalf of Brendan Lee Mulligan is just about as good.
Exactly.
Yeah. Did I do it? Am I done?
Yeah, you can be.
wait, I can't be. Hold on.
I actually enjoyed that more. It sounded less like we were trying to be good at
Professional in any
Yeah,
way.
professional. good at the getting of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to Live from the Apocalypse. We've given up.
Welcome.
I mean, did you
You
see
put
us?
me
It's
in
the
charge.
apocalypse.
Oh, I did say the
Oh.
name. Yeah, we are live from the apocalypse. Hello.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's not important.
Welcome,
what else?
traveler.
This is
Welcome, traveler.
day something of Haz-Mas, our special holiday game streak.
Gay.
Today you have me, and we'll be playing Six Goblins, a game that no one has played before, and neither have I. So we're gonna have a good time, and we're gonna pray and hope that the internet doesn't go out. Knock on wood. Here we go.
Oh shit!
If
yeah,
it does,
happens.
who's in charge of the
I'll run
goblins?
the game.
You'll
I
have
think
to get
Will,
into-
honestly. I think Will. I think
Yeah.
Gino's in charge.
Yeah,
Gino's, yeah, actually, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Gino's
Yeah.
definitely.
He's just chittering in the
Um,
background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody introduce yourselves now. Will, you're in control.
Yeah, you gotta call people out.
Oh, I
we
do?
alphabetic. Well, I mean, I could do it if you want.
We could do it.
Otherwise,
We
we're
could
just
do
gonna.
it. We could do it. Let's do it by oldest to youngest goblin.
Oldest is
Wait,
going to be
oh,
me.
okay.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. My name is Rose. I'm a community member here at Live from the Apocalypse. I will be playing the Hinge Seer playbook. That is a goblin that can see the inner workings of a goblin's heart and see how it hinges and moves. I am the grandmother of this family of goblins and a leader in this community. Her name is Nona, also known as Gabba Nona. And she's just everyone's grandmother. She's here to make sure everyone has a good time, is safe, knows that they're loved, and all she wants for Christmas is a stethoscope and a way to pronounce stethoscope that's easier on the mouth, but so she can hear the goblins' hearts.
Mhm.
That's Nona.
I'll step in. So I'll be Nona's son, Paulie. He is a gutter warden who's one of the goblins who goes across the various tunnels and gates that goblins use to get everywhere and make sure that things are safe for all the goblins to do their job. His description is an Italian-American plumber with dad bod. And equally important part of this partnership is Gino, his pet rat, who I think if I get close enough, I can see. Oh, that's not
Hell
coming
yeah.
out. It's
No,
not.
no, it's
We have a
good.
Yeah, we got
picture,
a little bit.
so
Yeah.
we got
yeah.
a picture of it, so we
The
can.
quality is much better on the stream. You can see it.
Yeah.
This is a
Oh.
multimedia experience.
Yes. And let's see. He is basically stressed out right now. He is trying to make sure everything is good because it's the big day soon, and he hasn't heard from the big man recently, so he wants to make sure everything's good to go. And also, he is hosting the Christmas party for the first time this season, so he is, of course, very, very concerned. And he wants a drone to monitor the turners for Christmas, but he really wants a stuffed penguin. And Gino wants Antarctic Brie number 5. Unfortunately, Gino only speaks rat, and rat turns out to only have one word for cheese. So it's been very hard to communicate Gino's desires.
I guess that would be me next. Hello, my name is Will. I'm one of the LFTA people, I guess. And I'm playing Sergey, who is I guess the second youngest or third oldest, however you want to slice it. But
However you want to count it.
yes, but he is a very tired. He is the brewmeister of the goblins. His job is mostly to make people forget when they have seen goblins out and about doing. So dipped into Scottish there for a second. We'll get back on track. It's
Because you
coming
can
in a
see
little.
me.
I actually can't see you. You're blocked by
Oh,
my
good.
window on the stream. No, so yes, we make people forget when they see goblins out and about, and when what Sergey wants most of all is to taste the best hot chocolate in the world once again, but this recipe is strictly guarded under lock and key, and he has not had that opportunity in a long time. So that is Sergey.
Hello, I'm Heather. I am an LFTA person who is also on other things on LFTA. I am going to be playing Nugs, who is full name Chicken McNuggies. And Nugs is a joysmith, and the job of a joysmith is to make things that they enjoy, and also hopefully most of goblin kind. Which doesn't mean it's safe things. But they're, they all mostly stay in the lower labs where the explosions only sort of rumble up the upper levels of it. So it's fine, probably. For Christmas, chicken McNuggies, aka the Nugs. Nugs would love to have just maybe like a day studying / fooling around with Santa's sack. Because really, the thing Nugs hasn't dipped into yet is magic. It'd be great if I could maybe play with that for a little bit, just a little,
Oh no.
just for a minute.
Don't we all?
Man, this
So-
puts a new twist on the song "The Man with the Bag."
I am. I'm playing Nugs. They them. Other than that, yeah, I just lost the whole train of thought I had because that was a lot.
No.
Thinking about Santa sack will distract anyone, truly. Like, what's in there?
Yeah.
Who knows?
The reason for the season.
Christmas magic.
Mhm.
All right. Alternatively, I will accept tinsel.
Yeah. That's
That's a strong alternate.
yeah.
What's up? What's up, gang? Hold on. Okay. What's up? My name is Raf. I'm the storyteller this evening. And I play everyone else. Who will get to see today? Whomst will get to say today? I don't know. We'll find out. You'll get to see. What else? I think that's it, right?
I don't know.
I don't
you're
know.
the
I'm not
captain
using
now.
this carrier.
You have the power.
I
You
have
have
too
the
much
touch, the
power.
power.
I have too much power right here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we shall begin. Let me pull up my notes. All right. Set the scene. We begin by traveling the globe. We're stopping by different cities, countries, continents, and we can see that the holidays are basically upon us. Celebrations look different at each stop. There are candles and festivals and trees of light. The drifting aroma of delicate spices and savory meals, the sweets and treats we yearn for all year long. And though we pause by the swirling snowstorms, the balmy shores, the crackling deserts, and the deep green jungles, at each stop there's a pull. There's a calling to the final moments of the year and all of the moments that came with it. There is also a new feeling this year, or I suppose a lack of one. You can't tell at first, but as we bounce from place to place, it becomes all consuming. The lights are actually cold, and the feasts are bland. It seems that the warm, cozy feeling of holiday cheer has completely vanished. We rush now, whooshing past vacant faces inside chilly homes to the top of the world. There, an old man sits alone in front of a fire that cannot seem to warm him. He huffs, pulling at his long white beard. His eyes drift back and forth between a heavy tome of names and an empty list labeled nasty or cool. There's a gentle knock at the door. Please tell me you have good news, Plank. A small goblin in a green and red uniform shakes their head sadly. No, Santa. We've still to receive any letters. And what of the reindeer? They have been thoroughly licked, sir, many times. But alas, they cannot fly. Damn! There's a stink in the air, Plank. Something foul. Sorry, Santa. Not you! Something evil. He picks up a mug of lukewarm brown liquid and chugs it. All right, Plank. It's time to fix this shit. It's time to call in the family. Dun-dun. Santa's little helpers. And here we are. You have the family. I don't know if you have a family name, but you have all been called in one by one into Santa's office. You've been told it's very important, urgent business, that you must put your other responsibilities to the side for now and focus on this urgent mission at hand. Who wants to come in first?
I feel like this is something where Nona probably gets it and assembles the family and says, all right, unfamily, we've just got notice from the big guy. We're gonna see what he says, but I'll make sure I'll go in first, see what he says. Game faces, it'll be good. All right, that's right. Good job, Paulie. And rap at the door with her literal candy cane. It's Nona, boss.
Nona. Yes, come inside, child.
It's been so long since someone called me that. She goes in, kind of huddles and just makes herself sitting. Dearie, it's been a year since I've seen you. Is everything all right?
Nona, I'm afraid things are dire. Do you hear something? No, you don't.
I don't.
No. It seems as though the lullaby of the queen of the season has been silenced.
Okay. Have I heard of any of that before? Lullaby
Yes.
Queen of Silence? Okay.
So the queen of the season is just a magical angel who sings a lullaby and grants the world holiday cheer.
Have I ever been, because I've lived a long time and happy to roll, have I ever lived in a time where she hasn't sung?
Nope.
Oh, this is unprecedented. Well, what could someone as small as something as small as us to do to get her to sing?
Oh, no. I hope you don't diminish yourself just to your size.
Oh, big folk are busy, and our job is to stay out of sight.
Your job is to ensure the success of Christmas. And that means bringing happiness to the big folk, but also to the goblins that live underneath.
Well, I think we can certainly do that and try our best. When I witnessed it, okay, never mind. Santa's not a goblin. Looking to see if I can use moves.
Now, go ahead and call in the rest of the family.
Yes, of course. Some families have like a signature knock. I think that's what Nona does. She raps on her cane like a rhythmically amount of times to signal for the rest of the family to come in. It's like shaving a haircut. Nugs. Give Nugs a candy wrapper.
Through the door. Misses the door completely. Busts through the side. God damn.
She might not be singing, but that one will always have cheer.
So what does Nona look like?
Nona,
I was about to ask. Yeah, when you all come in, I want you all to describe yourselves.
Sure. Nona looks like a fairly old goblin. She's got paler green skin. Her ears currently are tucked back, but when she gets excited, they kind of pop up like a dog's. She's smaller, hunched over from years of working in factories and, being a joy smith before being graduated to hinge seer, and so she's got a red and green striped kind of smock apron that's got like flour and stuff all over it. Hair's tied up in a bun. It's just snowy white hair. And she has, I talked about it earlier, the candy cane. It's striped red and white, and it's a little gnarled from constantly getting used. And she just holds on to it with her kind of knobby hands. But she's got a cheery, jolly face. Like I called her Mama Christmas.
As Paulie comes in, like I said before, he has probably green jeans, I'll say right now. You can see like he's wearing technically the white t-shirt, but also on top of it a holiday t-shirt. It's got a good stash going. Currently he is panting because you can see he has multiple different forms, and if you look closely, it's clear that like some of them are requisitioning certain parts. He's basically looks like he's copied his last week of paperwork because like he is just that paranoid. He suddenly got called to the boss's office. And Gino, we've already shown Gino. Gino is I'm imagining a lot of Wallace and Gromit energy. Like Paulie's so competent, but Gino is the more realistic, down to earth one. I don't know how large is large, but I assume like the door has to actually open up a little bit more as Gino comes in because he is
That's
that big.
amazing.
That Christmas magic.
Yeah.
That's a big rat.
Yeah.
Almost
Does
like
Gino have any specific?
almost like a nutria
Oh,
or
just
something.
saying. Stop! I swear, you're banned from the stream, dude. You're on the nasty list.
Gino all of a sudden gets like, you know how you feel the chill at the back of your neck, just looks off in the distance and glares.
Specifically at the camera.
I'm just saying, that's nutria behavior.
Yeah.
God dang it! I swear.
Will, do you want to go or you want me to go?
I think we go in order.
Oh,
That makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
So Sergey would come in next. He is a little bit like portly. He has darker hair than the others, and I think his skin is like a closer to like a shade of like dark orange, almost like clay, than like a green or anything like that. He has a very tired looking expression on his face, very deep bags under his eyes. I think he has very like thick sideburns, and he carries like a bag over one shoulder that is full of bottles and vials and things like that clink every time he moves. And I think he has like an almost burned out cigarette hanging out of his mouth. That was not a full cigarette when he found it.
Was it one of those? Is it one of those like candy cigarettes, or is it like a full on human?
Oh, it's
cigarette?
a clove, I think.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah. There's like a goth club in town that he sneaks outside of, just picks up everybody's half discarded clove cigarettes. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Lead straight there.
Sergey.
Yeah.
Smells, walks in. Okay, good. There you are.
Yeah.
There's my boy.
Oh, hello, Santa.
Sergey. And you see Santa kind of just like, for a fraction of a second, his eyes just kind of like glance at his mug. And glance at you.
Sergey's eyes also go to his mug. And he licks his lips.
So Nugs comes in and Nugs has large luminous eyes that take up what feels like approximately 50% of their face, and this row of shark-ish teeth behind thin lips that is about the rest of the face, almost like they're competing there. The head's a lot larger than the body, and it's a very small goblin because this is the type of goblin that's really made for getting into smaller places and getting crafty in there. Nugs is wearing a scarf, a red and green striped scarf that they have wrapped around themselves, and then over their shoulders and to their hands, almost like bat wings. That then they, stuck their hands through the knitting, so it kind of flaps when they move their hands, which they do a lot. Uh, and then around their body, like a bandolier, is those battery operated little light necklaces that they've just kind of wrapped around. And they blink kind of off and on, but you don't think that they're battery operated anymore. And on top of their bald, shiny, because a healthy goblin gives off a little bit of slime. It's a protective layer. Their shiny bald head is
Facts.
some reindeer antler headband. So that's the full look.
Hell yeah. As Nugs finally pulls in, bone dry. I don't like that.
Character fact for free.
As Nugs finally bursts through the door, definitely shattering some of the wall and probably some of the door a little bit as well. Santa just this towering lanky man looks down at all of you, just gives like a little bit of a sigh, but nods confidently, and just says, I've called you all in here today because there's some evil going around in the world. I'm sure you've been able to tell that things aren't quite right. If you haven't been able to tell yet, then I'm sure you'll be able to tell soon. I've already told this to Nona, but sounds like nothing, which means it sounds like the queen of the season has been silenced. She's never been quiet before. So something quite dastardly is afoot. You are the top of your field. You know this goblin city, world, and the world above it more than anyone, more than me. And I task you with going out and figuring out what the hell is going on. Christmas is just in a few days. And I don't know what happens. I don't know what kind of wild, crazy shit happens if we don't complete our tasks at Christmas.
You can count on us, Christopher.
Is the sack broken too?
Not.
Did no presents come out?
So familiar.
I mean, I don't know. I know I was busy, like, because they put in for all the Nintendo controllers, Sega Genesis controllers, and we clearly have a lot of plans for the SNES controllers, and they are not the same. And okay.
I think at the breakdown, Nona puts like a gentle hand on Paulie's shoulder. It's going to be okay. We can do this, and like scratches Gino in like a do your thing, calm your guy down.
Emotional support rat.
Yeah.
Gino just comes in and he does like to do another Paulie, like the rubbing the shoulders like Rocky after the ring, and like chittering like you got the ship. I assume that what's happened, whenever he chitters, there's like subtitles below for what he's actually saying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I just picture it in goblin speak of just like it's sort of not quite animal and not quite like when Tasmanian Devil used to come on screen and he was just like
And everyone understood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying.
Thank you, Nona. Thank you, Nona. Thank you, Gino.
It's okay, my boy. She reaches into her purse, breaks off a little bit of like cheese, and throws it at Paulie. Yep.
Sergey will like reach into his bag and pull out a a glass bottle of something and like just hand it to Paulie. Be like, this will take the edge off.
I
Gino.
rolled to try to catch a cheese. I got a 6, so I assume the Paulie is probably two. Actually, that's what I'm going to say. He doesn't even see the cheese coming. It just sort of like bonks off his head. And Gino takes a moment to snatch the cheese out of the air.
I was aiming for Gino
gets
anyway. My
Oh,
eyesight
okay.
isn't what I'm used to. Sorry, dearie.
Yes.
All
We got this, boss.
right. I assume the tunnels can go out to the queen of the season, right?
Santa will look down and just say, I recommend investigating the tunnels, the human world, whatever you can find would be great. Queen of the Season should be located somewhere near the human world. There should be a tunnel that leads to her.
All right.
Perhaps you have a map or something similar that you could go and get and maybe leave us here unattended.
Or magic. Back.
Or
Or
another
magic.
goblin who works
Yes.
near there.
Any of those things, honestly.
I believe
Also-
Paulie has a map of the tunnels as
Sure.
he
The
is
magic, though?
the
Or
leader.
any? Yes, but these feel like relevant questions.
Are there snacks?
Sergey, I'm holding a quill in my hand and I'm holding a list in the other. Where do you want your name to be?
I am a good boy.
Yes, it's a very good boy. I can vouch.
Santa
Okay.
reaches down for your hand, Nona.
Mm.
Thank you, Chris.
Make sure this gets done, babe.
That's my Nona. Don't you know?
Anybody else picking
That's-
up on this tension here?
I don't know.
What is happening?
I'm always your girl. I'm always your best girl. And it
I have to
just
get back to work.
Look,
Nona's got history.
been
Goblin
here for a
Nona's
while.
got history.
look, young Nona could get it, and that's all that matters.
Not every day you bud around Santa, you know.
You know, me and Chris go way back.
Yeah.
Christy K, Mr. Kringle.
It's
Other
been
ways.
4 years.
Such a nice man.
Uses
Little grumpier than usual. I
government
need to
so
pay him more
casually.
visits.
Nona, don't kiss in Santa.
Oh,
Miss Kringle, she hits really hard with the pants. Don't do it.
well,
She hits you with pants?
She hits everybody with pants. Haven't you been around, Miss Kringle?
Not with pants.
She is really alone out here. It's been like centuries, and all she's got is goblins to talk to and Mr. Claus.
yes, don't
no.
worry, dearie. I, as much attention as I pay to Christopher, I pay attention to his wife just as much, if not more.
Okay, that's fine then.
Yeah,
I mean, it is 2023, you know, love is love and all that.
you have a very progressive grandmother. It's
No,
very.
She
no,
needs friends.
you are
Yes.
how you say unicorn?
I believe
Gavin as a unicorn. And it's canon now. That's what happens
And
when you
it's
do
canon
it.
now.
Candid.
Anyway,
anyway.
Paulie, you would definitely have if you needed it, if you wanted to review it, you would definitely have like a map
right.
of the tunnels.
I would definitely review it. Do you want me to check off a gear bubble for this, or just say it takes going back to my office and?
Nah, you can go back to your office if you please. You definitely you're the head tunnel manager basically. So, tunnels are being built 24/7. New tunnels, old tunnels are being fixed. So the map might be 100% accurate, but it's your kind of job to keep up with it anyway.
All right.
So it's fairly in tip-top shape.
I am going to review the map then to see if there are any tunnels that could get us toward the Queen of the Seasons, or if at the very least closer, because it is in sort of a state of flux, as you say right there.
For sure. I'll say yes. You glance at it. You can go grab it to your office, grab it, glance it over. There is a tunnel. It's kind of long, and it's under, we'll say, New York City, and that is where she resides, or is whatever figment of her resides.
Oh man, Gino, we're gonna go back home for you.
I was gonna say, there's no way Gino's not.
Yeah.
Gino needs to visit some family as well.
Yeah. Gino
So
quickly
the
pulls
lovely
on the
homecoming
a Christmas themed I Heart New York t-shirt too.
montage through Times Square.
Yeah. All right. So I think we have a path. New York City. Looks like it's kind of one of the older tunnels. We might have to do the toilet controls instead of the video game controls. It's a little bit iffy, but I think we got a path there. But I don't know. I don't actually know that much about Queen of the Seasons myself. Nona and Sergey Nugs, have you heard a little bit more about her at all?
She sings ceaselessly.
and it's beautiful.
Awful.
All I
Yes.
want for Christmas is you.
Yes, like that. Only slightly less annoying.
When your ears start bleeding, you know it's working. It's truly a masterpiece.
I had wondered why I was sleeping better.
It's just a mall soundtrack going on.
Little do we know the final boss fight is Mariah Carey, who has captured the Queen of the Seasons.
Mariah Carey is for sure the Queen of the Seasons.
Raph just got too many ideas at once.
Yeah. Paulie, my boy, do you in your map see any type of rotation for goblins in that area, or know anything there?
I'm going to probably make a clever roll, it would sound like.
Sure.
This. See if I can come up with something like that. That's a 6. Ooh, that's an 11. I'm trying to think of what would be the most beneficial for us. I do see, actually, I'm going to say, I do see that there has recently been goblins working on that tunnel. So like it's relatively there. They're upgrading it. I think the last time it was touched, since I already said it was the toilet tunnel, was back in the 1880s. They're putting in getting it up to the 2000s at the very least. So it looks like there is a rotation of goblins currently around. I would say probably are working there right now.
Perfect. We can get a read on the situation from people who are close.
Mm-hmm. I will probably then start making a call to get probably, if I can, the foreman from that group up here so that we can have a chat.
Sick. All right, so you all start heading over to the tunnels, and I'm curious, Paulie, how you transport people through the tunnels. Is it one long walk?
So it depends. So I think for us, because we're on a rush, we can go the reindeer route. So before we head out, I go through my office and I'm like, all right, here you go, and I hand them a strap of leather with, it looks like, various clams and plastic bits, but they're clearly ringing bells as they put it on. And I hand headbands to everyone except for Nugs, because I'm like, oh, you already got this. Where it's headbands that have pipe cleaners that are clearly antler shaped. And then I'm like, all right, I guess I will be the leader here. And I take out this little red object that I push a button and it starts glowing red, and I pop that right on my nose. And then lastly, I hand out these pieces of roof tile that have been converted to little half shells. And I'm like, all right, as we go, to make this quicker, you have to clap them together. It's very important. All right? Very important. Nugs, what did I just say? Good. All right, everyone, let's go.
You
It's okay,
try.
Sergey. You do it like this.
Yes, you got to do it too, Sergey. You got to be left behind if you don't.
I do not want to do this.
Nug
No,
starts
it's-
using their
You're going
feet to go
slower.
over top of your hands to make you clap.
Yeah. Yes, that's good, Nugs. Teach Sergey how to do it. You're such a good boy. You're such a good child.
So good, Nugs.
No,
Always appreciate you, Nugs.
You're going down the tunnel, which, if you look at Paulie's map, is, across the world, it looks like should take a normal person days, weeks, months to travel. But with the special reindeer route, of course, and being led by Paulie, of course, it doesn't take very long to feel that shift in the air. You can start smelling the stink of the city above you. You feel and hear the rumbles of the taxis and the cars and people yelling and bagels being eaten, I think. Cheese,
There's sort of that
pizzas,
weird
and
steam that Newark has, where it
yeah,
smells
there's that
kind of like a
steam that comes out
yeasty,
of the
garbagey steam
manholes.
that happens everywhere in the
Yeah.
city, and you're just like, oh yeah, New York.
There's a special.
What a town.
There's a special stink to everywhere you go, but New York specifically. I've been to one city specifically, and that's just dunk. So yeah, you can tell you're approaching New York, and you see the tunnel ahead of you, clearly labeled. That this is the exit to the queen of the season, to visit her, pay her some respect, some sacrifices, whatever you deem worthy. You said that there were
This was so easy.
it's so easy.
This was
You
so
said that there were
easy.
goblins working in the tunnels. There is a shift, but not as many as you had expected. The foreman is standing there as well, and he's working double time to try to make up for the lack of goblins that are there. He doesn't even notice you approach because he is sweating and trying to patch up, fix up, and modernize this tunnel.
Freddy, what's going on, Freddy?
Oh, it's just you, man.
Yeah.
You came to help? Is this reinforcements, man? I really needed some guys down here. We gotta patch this shit up until before Christmas, and
I mean,
it's not happening.
I know. I thought I sent a dozen guys down here, and you don't even got the bidet upgrades in. I mean, come on, man. What's going on?
I don't know. I mean, I thought you would split everybody up because there's this new tunnel that's been going off, and it seems like splitting everybody. Some work here, some work there. I thought this was the priority, but I guess not. I don't know what's going on anymore.
Did I see the new tunnel on the map?
No.
All right. What? Wait. What? No. You were supposed to upgrade this old tunnel. What new tunnel are you talking about?
The new tunnel. It's a little further ways down, a little past the Queen. I don't know. I haven't really looked into it. You haven't assigned me to it. You said build the bidets. I said, okay, I'll build the bidets. I got my troops. I got my king. They're all here, but not really. There's like two of us.
I mean, I can't argue with that. You're
Just
doing your job. You're doing your good job, Freddie. But I get we're super concerned here, because the big man has told us to come down here. So
Big man.
Point of clarification. This is new tunnel as in did not exist, or this is new tunnel as in for lizards.
You'd think they would be the same thing, but it's just a new tunnel. It's not even lizard friendly.
That is a shame. We are going to get sued for that if we don't make the tunnels properly lizard friendly.
The lizards are not going to.
Yeah.
The lizards are not going to be happy about this.
No, they're not.
Who gave you the order to build a new tunnel?
No one did. I was assigned here. I had a big group of goblins here working with me, and then I don't know, a couple days ago maybe they all just kind of half of them didn't show up. They all said working on the new tunnel. You know how it is. Big man said new tunnel. I gotta go build. I said okay. If that's what he said, then that's what he said.
I have the power oracle when augur. You always know when a goblin is lying to you. Any lying here or completely truthful?
Not from him.
You get a nod from Nona. That's this guy's legit nod. Any way you could get us in touch with some of those goblins who got the new orders?
Oh yeah, I mean they're just up ahead and they're still working, and it should be shift's not over.
Third tunnel! Nugs just runs off.
Now, I mean, if I had that kind of youth in me, I'd be building 6 new tunnels a day.
Yeah.
Okay, I will help. Sergey steps forward and like starts rooting through the bag and says, "Okay, what would be most helpful to you? That you spit acid, grow claws, jump far."
Nodding approvingly from Nona.
I don't really know what you do here, so what would be? You tell me what would be helpful.
You're talking to Freddy?
Yes, yeah, yes.
I think with every new mention, Freddy's all tired eyes. It's like a hit of espresso.
Oh, you want to be soggy and slippery?
I mean, what goblin doesn't want to be soggy and slippery?
This is business, not pleasure. So
Right.
maybe we stay professional.
God damn. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Captain.
Save it for your own time.
Yeah, no, I guess what did you see under my claws? Claws are good. They're
Okay, yes, you drink this, you get claws.
okay.
Nona just slides her card to Freddy the Freak, apparently.
Like, because everyone's showing off for Nona. Like,
Yeah,
I show my better claws or I'm a little slimy. Just didn't know Nona's going to be here today.
Wet, slimy, and claws is how she likes her people. So
y'all, has the internet not taught us?
I am not one to judge.
Yeah,
probably going
Freddy slams it back. What does it look like when people grow claws?
I think
Is it
it's
claws CLAWS or CLAUS?
interesting question.
Many Santas.
that was the joke I made.
So they're
claws and
called
claws.
they're called ouch claws on my character sheet. Spelled CLAWS, but I think in this case they're like Wolverine claws, but they're made out of like candy cane.
Oh, cool.
So they just very sharp candy cane just like erupt from between his knuckles.
Yeah.
He's horrified.
I think like
oh my god, what do you do?
He's like, I'm a machine. And he uses one hand to just like fix the tunnel, and the other one he's like licking at it, and then just like
Sergey, what you do is a miracle.
I know this. But it's nice to be recognized.
That's what I'm here for.
amazing.
We should probably catch up with Nugs.
Yeah, we should probably.
This is too much unsupervised time.
I will say, just to give you some like idea of what the layout looks like. You're at the exit for the Queen of the Season. Further up ahead is the new tunnel. So you're welcome to do what you like, but just like
we did have a singular mission.
No, it's
already
fine.
off script.
Dude, listen, you're goblins. You don't have any laws. You don't have a god. You do what you want, and I'm here for it.
Yes, there are no laws when you are growing claws.
No gobs, no masters. We're all gobs, no masters.
All gobs,
All
no
gobs, no
masters.
masters.
All gobs, no masters.
We are
Incredible.
strong, independent goblins who don't need no masters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we're heading down new tunnel.
Yeah.
Nona's for sure scurrying after.
Legally put them on
Nugs.
leash.
The last
Paul-
time I put Nugs on a leash, they turned it into the wildest slingshot I have ever seen in my life. And it didn't shoot like normal, it shot Nugs.
Yeah.
It was. Can you imagine them faster? They're crazy.
Looking
Okay,
at
maybe
it
we
made me
don't.
cross-eyed, so it was kind of impressive because every time you shot it, it was just like, just flash like someone
Mhm.
shot a camera in your face.
They're so fast.
Paulie is probably going to try to definitely make lead here because now he's paranoid about like this new tunnel, and I assume Gino is also with him, sniffing things out to see if there's anything weirder on the winds than there already is. But
Sure. Yeah. Can Gino make a roll, or do you make a roll and does Gino give you a bonus?
so I know for a trained rat, it says a +1 when you sow confusion in an upscale locale or pickpockets in a trashier rundown locale. So I assume probably it would be the same sort of thing for this. So I'd probably make a. I don't know whether this would be a skillful or a clever roll.
Let's do. Actually, go ahead and roll a secret roll.
Oh, this
Like-
this is gonna be great. That won't be too bad. What happens? Okay, so that is an 8. So Gino. Okay, so he does what he's supposed to be doing, but there is some sort of cost to it. So I wanted Gino to sniff out to see what's going on. I think Gino does like. I'm trying to think of the best way. For him, he's sniffing along. Everything's great. Then all of a sudden, his ears go out perfectly straight. His tail goes straight up in the air like a cat. Starts vibrating. So like he's definitely picked up something, but he can't tell me what it is. He just like he's full on danger will goblin mode.
Danger Will
Yeah,
Goblinson.
I
Yeah.
think you see Gino kind of freeze and
Mhm.
start vibrating as he does. And you see on his nose as he kind of like points like hounds do. He's pointing towards the new tunnel, and you can see a little bit of like, it looks like glittery dust on his nose.
All right, I'm thinking I'll take a little bit of the dust, and I'll do the stereotypical cocaine sniff. Be just like, do I smell anything weird about this?
I'll keep your 8 roll. So I think you definitely smell something that you have only ever felt before. It's hard to describe. It gives you a sudden sense of chaos. Yeah, and you kind of I don't think you lose control of yourself completely, since you've only just kind of like taken a little smell of it to figure out what it is. But you can sense this is concentrated and powerful and
Whoa.
dangerous.
Ugh,
Oh,
guys, I think I found the pixie equivalent of cocaine.
Paulie, are you rolling?
I don't know. Oh,
You would know if you were rolling.
That's
Let me see.
volatile. Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm rolling then,
Okay,
because
I've never-
I can. Let's see. Hand is there. 1 foot's there. 1 foot's. No, that's wrong.
Maybe. Maybe little.
Whoa. And I
Pupils
assume
fully
that's-
dilated.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah.
might be on Molly.
I think some of it.
Oh, I'm going to need some water after this. Oh my god.
Yes, I will take sample to examine, see what this is.
Examine.
Yeah, wonderful.
Examine. Just for testing.
Yes, we all get a vial.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually,
caught up
can
with
I,
Nugs.
Yeah,
Can
you
I
continue
examine
down. Nugs. What?
can I examine it?
Oh yeah, sure. You can
This is
examine
what
it
What is
I
your
do.
specialty?
for
This is what I
sure.
do.
Strange
Um,
sentences.
I think probably unless you have a specific move,
I don't think
Um,
I do.
then let's also roll with secret.
Hell yeah. Feels like I should.
Because
That
it's
feels
secret and to use it, can I use my oracle to give some advice on this so Will can add one to his roll?
Sure.
Cool. So I just poke over and go,
Oh, this looks like some of the stuff that Christopher uses. Yeah, this is some very strong stuff. Just, make sure it's
Like it-
diluted.
Like
Learning word
recreationally,
for
or
it.
he has like a prescription.
Both Nona and Chris Kringle in this entire episode.
Christopher Kringle.
This is like recreational, or he has prescription.
Well, I mean, it's tough because the big guy, he asks a doctor for something. The doctor's going to give it to him. So prescription, recreational. At
My
this
vote
point,
is very recreational. I
Yeah.
say
Semantics at this point.
all three of you, Sergey, it's very recreational.
seeing the dose the big guy uses, that can't be medicinal
yes.
use.
I got a 13.
Hell yeah. Okay. 13
You're welcome. That would have been danger.
13 means just for 6 goblins mechanics. Anything 12 and above is super good. So with a 13, I think you are examining this strange glittery kind of iridescent shimmery powder. You don't have a lot. It's not like a ton, just like a pile of it on the floor, but just this dusting. And as you're kind of like tossing little liquids and doing your little tests and whatnot, you're welcome to describe that however you want. But once you're done, you know with 100% fact that somehow, you don't understand how, but this is concentrated un.
Oh.
Concentrated
like-
what?
Un.
Un.
On
Which, if for those of you who do not know, this is behind the scenes lore. Every goblin at the core of their being has a little bit of un, which is short for unhinged. It's the soul of a goblin. It's the core of a goblin. It's the feeling that makes you who you are.
Did I just accidentally snort my friend?
Yo, you have no idea how high souls get you. It's crazy.
Oh my god!
I have questions now about
I'm
why
not
Santa's
talking
taking
lies! What am I
Where's his supplies coming from?
Oh.
Goblins haven't been overbreeding, and now I'm worried about that.
I mean, if you make more goblins every time you sweat.
Yeah,
Listen,
I thought
okay,
we
a little
budded,
bit,
not sweat.
a little bit of un is normal within the goblin tunnels and the world you live in. It's just a part of like the magic of a goblin, but you've never ever seen it in like concentrated tangible form before. It's more of a feeling. It's more of a magic.
Yeah, so Sergey like sits down in the tunnel and just like takes a little bit, examines it, puts them on his pinky, rubs it into his gums, just a tiny amount, just to feel it, and then like puts the rest of it into a little vial of liquid, starts like mixing it back and forth, and then holds it up and looks at it and says, "Oh, yes, that's on."
Yeah. Cool. When you rub it into your gums,
Just a little bit.
just a little bit. Yeah. you you feel the core. It's like when you are really cold and you drink a warm liquid and you can feel it kind of go throughout your whole body.
Mm.
You feel this like shimmery feeling go across your entire little goblin body. And you get an extra +2 to your secret.
Oh.
Ooh. Forever?
We'll see, don't we?
Wait for the opportune moment for it to
see,
wear
we'll
out.
see.
For the rest of the campaign.
Or
Holy
until it
shit.
runs out.
Brethren, I am tripping balls.
I think once you mention that this is Nona gets very quiet and serious and just looks over and goes,
This is both beautiful and almost disturbing. It's here, and now it's there.
Paulie is quickly looking
Sure.
around to see if he sees any like discarded clothes of like it's very clear like someone was wearing clothes and then they just burst into on because he is incredibly concerned at this point.
Yeah,
I
it's just a
have
quick point of
a concern.
clarification. Is there anywhere where this is like naturally occurring, or does it always have to
On?
come from like inside a goblin? Yeah.
It is what a goblin is.
Right. Okay. So there's no way that
It's-
this could just be like
You
from
can't like
somewhere else.
grow it.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, just
Yeah.
checking.
But
Just checking.
Yeah.
you said that it naturally does occur in like the places we live, right?
It's not like a physical occurrence. It's
But
just
it
like
builds
the
up.
feeling
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Yeah.
yes.
Got
One
it.
part
So it
soul.
The
doesn't.
sense of magic of like goblins
Dust for
can do
Pullman
things
kids.
and regular
Right.
people cannot, and that's
Yeah.
because
Got
of your on.
You can
So
tell when
this-
you're near the sea because the air starts to feel salty and
Yeah.
humid.
So this
Yeah,
existing
exactly.
this existing doesn't necessarily mean that somebody like murdered a goblin.
But it seems like there's a lot more here than would normally be here, especially
Sure,
since
yeah. Well-
it's like physical. It's a physical thing.
Someone has concentrated it. Yes, it is extremely potent.
But however you extract it or it goes, it worries me that this isn't an organic process. If we were able to crystallize on like this, yeah. I leave that to you, Sergei.
Yeah, I mean, sure, man. Like,
Well, the important question is Nugs dead?
Mhm.
Okay, Nugs, we'll cut to you. So as
Oh
you all
shit, we
are
gotta go get a
contemplating,
child!
as you all are contemplating and studying what this what could become of this Nugs has sprinted ahead. They are
We're the
gone
best
down this
parents
tunnel.
ever.
And Nugs, you as you're kind of running, I'm assuming screaming in throughout this tunnel. You're looking for new tunnels. You're not a tunnel like master. You're not a gutter warden, so you're not 100% sure where things should be. But as you're running, you do pass by a very crudely built, kind of smaller hole. And further on down that hole, you hear what sounds like quiet, like hushed working.
Oh yeah, Nugs is absolutely going to be like, wait, hole, and like a goblin slash a kid, like just like crawls like half upside down, like that weird like twisty corkscrew crawl into a tiny
Incredible.
hole. If necessary, using my third arm, I'll have to use that at some point, but it's fine. I literally just had an image of Nugs like swinging by the third arm, like monkey grabbing down
Incredible, yeah.
the tunnel originally, but like yeah, running and screaming is also good. So yeah, I will absolutely investigate. Do you need me to roll anything, or are we not there yet? We're just gonna see
No,
what.
I think you're good. You jump into this small hole. It's It's probably just big enough for a goblin. The other tunnels are like a little bit bigger, they're a little roomier. This one is like one small, single file line of goblins could fit through here. And as you kind of get a little bit deeper, you do see it widens a little bit more to look more like a normal tunnel. And you see a pretty large group of goblins all digging. And there is, let's say like 5 goblins digging. And there's one that looks like the foreman, the person that's leading the group, who is walking around and making sure that everyone is up to par. And you see he is pouring a nice steamy cup of a really, really sweet smelling liquid, and handing it out to some of the goblins.
Go. Excuse me?
No. I think
How did you
Hey,
teleport from where we were?
I think Sergey has actually
The
like
smell.
told Nugs about the chocolate so often. Every time he gets kind of like, he's drinking like insufficient hot chocolate, and he like reminisces. He gets all like loopy on the sweets, and he goes, "Once I had hot chocolate so good."
Oh, he sweeps all of the like bottles and beakers off of the counter like every time. It's like it's not the same.
So
This is
Nugs
trash.
is very familiar with the concept of the hot chocolate. So realistically, every time Nugs sees hot chocolate, he thinks maybe that's the hot
To be
chocolate.
fair, this is just a sweet, like almost like a cotton candy. It's not hot chocolate. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think Nugs still believes it is.
Incredible.
I don't think Nugs understands the difference between sweet drinks.
Sergey's into sweet drinks in general, to be clear. The hot chocolate is just the best thing he's ever had.
Yeah. So I think so they haven't seen me yet. What would be a sneaky? What would sneaking be?
Sneaky would probably, the closest one maybe skillful.
Skillful?
I
Ooh,
think
I like-
so. Yeah, I think
I like-
skillful.
I like skillful because that's I'm better at skillful. Let's do that. All right. I'm gonna sneak up there and get me some of that hot chocolate, quote unquote. 4. Okay, so that's 10 plus my 2, so that is 12.
Incredible. Okay, so I will give you a little bit. Yeah, look at that little scrambly.
Scramble's a death dealer.
The
Wishing
scramble's
us
a
well.
death dealer. I will give you this. You are able with your third arm, because you're kind of swinging instead of walking around, and since you're like a little bit of a smaller goblin, you don't necessarily touch the floor. So you're very quiet as you kind of creep up. And as you get closer, you overhear the goblin in charge, as he's handing off this like sickly sweet drink to one of the goblins that's working. You just hear him say, "Hey, you need a break." And the goblin that was working almost mechanically sets down, just drops his shovel, and robotically stands up, rotates over to the goblin, grabs the cup, and throws it into his mouth. He doesn't even drink it. He just opens and just tosses. Some of it is splashing all over his body and on the floor. Some of it gets in there, and he just hands it back and goes back to work. But you see, as he's kind of rotating toward you to grab the cup, there is just nothing behind his eyes, completely vacant.
Chocolate is evil. Do I get the chocolate? Like the
If you want to get a little bit of the chocolate, I'd say after you watch that kind of scene, you see the bigger goblin that is kind of handing this out, puts down the jug and goes to, I don't know, pee.
I think what Nugs does is because like the one mechanical arm is holding on to essentially like the roof of this cave.
Mm-hmm.
It swings Nugs forward, and Nugs, like with their whole body, basically grabs the canteen and it swings them back into the shadows, just like out of nowhere, like woo,
Incredible. Yeah. The goblin like sets down the jug, does like one of those back stretches. You swoop in and grab it, and then he turns around to go grab it, and it's gone. And he's just like, and starts
Nugs is
looking
like
for it.
scurrying down the tunnel, like the chocolate's evil, like, and like, you know, half like the mechanical, almost like a monkey paw, like it's like the four, like Nugs is running like almost like on all fours, but then there's the fifth of the arm like driving like them forward, and they're leaping and like
Hell yeah, I
moving
love
as
that.
fast as they can.
Absolute wolfish behavior. I love it. Absolute gremlin behavior right there. That's some gremlin behavior. Watch yourself. Yeah. You all are discovering the bit of and then I think you see Nugs
Pop out of a hole in the ground.
pop out of a
Just-
hole and run toward you
Nugs,
in
there
the
you go.
most unhinged way.
Okay, what?
I have
what's
like a giant thermos that's almost the size of Nug's body, just like and they're the mechanical hand is for some reason swiveling around like it's a telescope and can look. And like it's like the chocolate is evil.
Yo, my man, what you got there?
The chocolates, but it's evil.
I'll be the judge of that.
Why do you think the chocolate is evil, Nugs?
Because they gave the chocolate, and then the goblins and like Nugs just like starts like making robot movements, like toy soldierish, like, you know, and the mechanical arm is also making the mechanical movements.
They danced.
I think Nona uses her candy cane and uses it just not a smack, like places it on your heart and like almost feeling the vibrations, and that's how
Yeah,
she's
just
essentially
fucking
seeing
grip it,
what
grip it,
happened
baby.
through
Slop
her
that down,
eyes,
dude.
and then just
Yeah, dude, crack one
removes
for the
the
big
walking
boy.
stick and goes,
The hot chocolate is controlling these goblins.
Bad chocolates.
Sergey, you should check, but don't test this one.
Listen, I think it's probably fine.
Where did you get shades, sir?
I've always had these. What are you talking
in a
about?
different dimension, there's a being shuddering.
So they always have shades when you test that chocolate. Don't you know?
I'm just like feeling really good right now.
Did you actually drink it?
Oh,
I would at least like see what I could figure out about it. But like,
You would
I'll
look at
sniff
it and see it's not hot chocolate.
For sure.
Sure.
I'll sniff at
Yeah.
it. I'll see if I can figure anything out about it.
I don't know if you. I think you have to follow my advice in order to get the +1. So if you're tasting it, that was
Listen,
not my advice.
If it's secret again, I've got a +2 because I'm high
to be
as
fair,
fuck.
Hey, did we all do +2?
It is secret. Or if you wanted to, I know one of your moves is like, Actually, yeah, no, roll secret. I'm curious.
Okay. That's a 14.
Holy shit. Okay, I did give you +2. Okay,
Yeah.
so with a 14, my friend, you start sniffing at this concoction. It smells sickeningly, there we go, sweet. To the rest of you, when Sergey pops the top of this like thermos, it is almost nauseatingly sweet. Sergey might have different feelings about this.
Smells
But it is
smells
like
pretty sick.
it smells like really thick cotton candy if it got like caught in your nose and you couldn't get it off. With a mix of like way too like that Kool-Aid drink that came in like little plastic tubs when we were children, that if you drink it now you would not like it anymore. It smells like all of those combined. For you, Sergey, as you're investigating this, I think you, I think while you're doing your tests, in one of the tests, however you choose to do it, uh, you run the liquid through some sort of cauldron. I don't know. How do you do your tests?
I think in this case I'm just like this is pretty quick like field testing, so I think I'm just like dropping some like reagents into like drop by drop to see if there's a reaction and judging
Okay, sure.
the reactions.
You start dropping stuff into it, a little petri dishes, however, whatever. I think in one instance, you drop a little bit of that you had into it.
Bucket we ball.
And you see the liquid immediately start swirling, and then it almost becomes like hydrophobic to the so the begins to separate, and then you're just left with liquid and the
Okay. Like what? Okay. Would that mean? Would I know if that means anything? Like, is this like anti
I
or
think with a
like
14, and I'm assuming, I mean, you would know that this was being fed to the goblins.
right?
You could probably deduce that if you were to drink this, as it goes through your system, it would extract the from your body.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, don't want to drink that. Nobody drink
Are you
this.
sure? It's really sweet.
Listen,
I've heard it's
smells-
really delicious.
smells great. Probably
already-
tastes great too. But
Wicked hangover.
if anybody doesn't want they feel good, then you could drink this. But me, I'm a player.
You're a player, and it looks like you just make goblin crack. I don't know what to talk about here.
No,
Someone was
Nona
gonna
just
do it
pats.
eventually.
You're a good boy.
Nugs is like stress gnawing or licking on your candy cane. No, Nona. She's like, we're not just goblins.
She gives you a little kiss on the top of Nugs's head
And just goes, oh, my sweet moist child. It's going to be just fine. Now, we have a choice we can make. We can go and talk to these goblins and see who gave them the orders, if this is just a rogue faction, or we can just go straight to the lady. What do you guys think?
Well, it sounds like we won't be able to go straight to the lady until Like I don't know. I don't know about this new tunnel, and I don't know. I don't know how far this tunnel goes. I don't know if this will be blocked or anything like that. So Sergey, here's an idea. What do you think would happen if you took some of the I can't believe I'm proposing this because I feel like it's just technically cannibalism going on, but it's winter, everything that kind of fits.
Uh,
If we took some of the that's in the tunnel and we fed it to these goblins, what do you think will happen? You think they'd get better? Be okay?
I think we'd have one hell of a party on our hands, is what I think.
Can I just say, like, I love goblin healthcare that we just proposed?
I mean, it'll be like the Goblin Year of '69, but I think, like, there was a
Listen.
great summer, and I think, Goblin Free Love movement is really going to take off.
I mean, I didn't think I would be a drug dealer when I get older, but apparently this is just what I've stumbled into.
maybe the came out of the goblins in first place.
Yeah, that's what I think Nugs is right.
Yeah.
I think it's putting the nun
It's their
on back.
uns.
Yeah.
Old
I took the
boring.
uns out of the goblins.
So it's only auto cannibalism.
So we're giving it back to them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, old boring Sergey would probably say this is dangerous, a bad idea, but cool, sexy Sergey says,
Not
yes, we should
necessarily
do
the
this
words I would
thing.
use. Okay. I'm going to go back and start gathering the that we, as much as we can get from there.
Yeah, I think you collected like as much as you could. It wasn't
yeah,
like
no,
I
I
said, it
got
wasn't
all
like a
of it.
pile. It was like
Okay.
a little tiny dusting sampling that most of it was on Gino's nose that you were able to kind of wipe off.
Oh, okay.
I will say with the 14 though, Sergey, I meant to say this earlier. I will say that you can use this strange you can add this like concoction, this like pink cotton candy bullshit to your like brew list. And alter as you please, play with it, do what you like.
Cool.
You've investigated a lot of it, so
Sure did.
Can the
Sure
fairy
did.
fix it?
Is there a way, and this might be another role, or it might be out of the realm of what I can do down here in the tunnels, but is there a way to like reverse it so that it doesn't like reject the it like mixes
Binds
with
with
it?
it?
Yeah. Like, could we make a little bit go a long way by like reversing?
Like an antidote or a vaccine, essentially,
Well,
of whatever you're doing.
Reversing the polarity of a magnet.
Yeah, basically. Like, instead of it sucking the out of people, it like puts more into them.
How much technobabble can we put in before,
Right.
before we get what we want?
Yeah.
I think you get that idea. I think that idea is like planted in your mind.
Yes.
I don't know if you have the tools to be able to do that, nor it's clear that to be able to accomplish that, you would need more on. So you would need to put the on somehow into the liquid so that it can be distributed accordingly. And without the tools or the on, then I mean you have enough maybe to give a little bit to somebody, but that's about it.
Yeah, I say without more of this, we either have to shelve this problem we solve later, or I'd kill someone, I guess. But
like for a little bit, like for 2 seconds, Nona's like, well, I mean, we could think about it, but then she goes,
We'll shelve for now. And I say we talk to these goblins and see what they know.
I think that's a good idea. And
okay, go down the tunnel.
yeah,
go and head down the tunnel.
Yeah, I think Nona will be behind Paulie as Paulie knows the tunnels and Nona's kind of the ambassador for goblins. So seeing how these were kind of ruder goblins, like she's kind of walking just behind you, not necessarily in lockstep because you're the authority here.
Speaking about that, I think Paulie recognizes the appropriate approach in this situation, which is to do angry manager mode and rely on just his toughness to ask just what the hell is going on, guys.
You got this, Paulie. You
All
can do it. Show them your stuff.
All right, all right.
To offer my oracle advice for your +1.
Gotcha.
Hell
Gotcha.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
do
so you all
we do classic mix-up good cop drug dealer.
I mean, I
It's good cop, horny cop between us two for Paulie and Nona.
Listen.
I was trying to determine who's the good cop and who's the drug dealer here because of my earlier comments, and I'm not really sure. So technically, yes.
incredible.
Can't see it, but I'm winking.
You all head into the tunnel again, where Nugs kind of points out where to go. And you see again those goblins digging. They're like a little bit further down at this point, creating this tunnel, and this larger goblin watching over them. Yeah. And I think, yeah, go ahead.
Well, look what we have here. We have a bunch of yous making a brand new tunnel when we told you to upgrade the. And look at this. Are these Diplo blocks? Are you using Diplo blocks to make a new tunnel here? You're not even spending the time and the effort to bring in the Legos? Which one of you is the boss? Yo, get over here. Mm.
I think you see Paulie as you're yelling. The goblins behind the leader don't stop working. They don't even acknowledge your presence. You see the bigger goblin flinches as you come in and yell, and he kind of stomps over to you and says, we were told by the big man, I forgot his voice. We were told by the big man that this is where we're building a tunnel. So who are you to come to me and say that we can't build this tunnel?
Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? I am Paulie. I would say Nona if you want to throw out a family name at this point.
Nona Cannoli.
Incredible.
So we're the Cannoli family.
I am Paulie Cannoli, the manager of the North American and North Pole branches of tunnels here. And you just pushed me in front of. Do you know what I could write you up for right now? You need to present me your paperwork. I expect forms 1, forms 2, forms gamma, forms triplicate, forms duplicate, forms the X, Y, and Z, and forms fusion summon right now, mister.
Oh, okay.
Fusion summon form. The fusion summon form.
While all that's going, I wanted to really quick because he said
Yeah.
we got orders from the big man, and so while Paulie's doing this, hopefully the boss is distracted. I want to, and this time with a little bit more force, not enough to hurt, but it feels like a smack, hit the cane, and to read this goblin's heart. Did the big guy say the tunnels are this tunnel needs to be built? That's true?
Nona, your cane touches this goblin's chest. This guy is full on like about to start a fight with Paulie. And you, as soon as your cane touches his chest, you notice 2 things. 1, this is not a goblin. And 2, you notice this guy has multiple arms that he has tucked away inside of his torso. So instead of looking like one large goblin, it's actually one very skinny gremlin. No. And we'll pause there. I will say, Paulie, roll for toughness though.
All right.
And he is lying to you. Thank you, Nona.
+1 for Oracle because I told
Yeah,
you to do that.
That is a 13.
Cool. And we'll come back to what that means after the break, question mark. Do we do breaks during this?
I did a break during mine.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
we do
Yeah.
breaks.
Okay, awesome.
I
I've
appreciate
already
it.
some water.
I need more beverage and to let
Yeah.
the dogs out.
Soup spoons.
Valid.
Soup, like actually little, like, you know, the type of spoons you get at a restaurant that are like little bowls almost. Like,
Oh my gosh, yes. Those are incredible.
the only ones I want to use, and we got a lot of other spoons, and it's inconvenient.
That Olive Garden
I have-
spoon. That salad spoon.
I have my favorite spoon, and if I don't use that spoon, I get angry.
Angry.
Yeah.
I bet it's small.
You got it. It's a small spoon or a giant spoon, I feel like.
Yeah. I feel like for me, it's a small spoon or one of those
Mhm.
really long milkshake spoons. I don't know why, but I'm drawn to them so much. I love them.
Because they're also like that kind of rounded little bowl where you're just like,
Yeah.
yeah, you're like, this is perfect. And I
Although
want
for
to just like.
me,
We are talking about soup spoons. Sorry.
no, I'm thinking
Was
of
that not
like
what you all came to the
Chat's
stream from?
invested.
Is that not why you were here to watch us talk about the soup spoons?
Yeah, this is
I
the
mean,
spoon podcast.
you
I'm now
thought it
back
was
for another
Goblin.
4 hours of spoon history.
Yeah, you thought this was Goblin Saving Christmas? No, and
No.
I'm about to bring out the McFlurry spoons too because it's
Oh.
got the little bowl,
Ooh.
Holy
Okay.
shit.
but it's
yeah,
also got
those
that
are
weird
fun.
thickness. Like it doesn't know whether it wants to be a spoon or a straw.
But chewy, like it's got a great chew consistency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Has anyone ever used that as a straw? Because I feel like I.
No,
I
you
don't
can't.
think it
Right.
can.
You'd have
But,
to get a
like-
hole through it.
Yeah.
I feel like it gets to a level of melt where you don't want to drink it if you can actually get it through the straw.
There's like 10
Yeah.
minutes of a McFlurry has before it becomes
Yes.
like milk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not good milk. Like
No.
Not good milk.
Like no.
Straight up
you-
nasty.
There's also the 50-50 chance you get from any McDonald's ice cream product that you get some sort of stomach bug after consuming it.
Or that
Absolutely.
it's just broke. Ice cream machine's
So-
broke.
I found
Oh,
out that
my
like
goodness,
the
bro.
McDonald's ice cream is apparently a type of ice cream where they put something in it that gives a lot of people like bad stomach afterwards.
Hmm.
So if you are having that after having a milkshake or a McFlurry or whatever, you should watch out for that type of preservative in ice cream.
There's only one time that's
Interesting.
happened. Like I've had it since then. I've had McFlurry since then, and it's been perfectly fine. There was just clearly one time where it's like, oh no, they did not clean the machine. I need to go to the
Ooh.
bathroom right now.
The 16-year-old being paid $5 an hour did not clean this machine.
So-
It's so weird, right? Like
So
it's
fun
almost
fact.
like you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
fun fact, apparently the reason why the McDonald's machine, the ice cream machines are almost always broken is because there is a contract in place where only one company is allowed to clean every ice cream machine for
buy
McDonald's.
that.
Yeah, it's like
Wow.
a patent or so, or yeah, like a
Yeah.
contract. It's
I
wild.
I
know
bet
that.
it's like the
Yeah.
parent company that like has it
I
or
think it's-
something.
I think it's just a really strong contract that's been in place since they got ice cream machines.
I would just buy a different ice cream tree. Be like, yeah, you were contracted to service that ice cream machine. Guess what? We
Yeah.
bought new ones. Like,
I don't know. It must be a
At that point,
very
you
good
have-
contract because they still broken.
Yeah.
I'm
They're
pretty sure
still
somebody
broken.
on like the board of governors or something owns that other company that's carrying out the contract.
Oh,
There's
you mean
back
BlackRock
scratching.
or
Oh.
yeah.
All right. So
Now that
where
Now
were
that we've down
we-
corporations as a tradition, let us
I don't
continue
know
our
about
other.
anybody else,
Good.
but I don't know about anybody else, but I use the break to do some cocaine for
Oh, good.
accuracy.
You know what?
That's good.
Yeah,
But
keep
did
us in
you-
character and brand.
Did you
Yeah.
do cocaine made from humans?
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah,
important
there you go.
part.
It
Yeah,
has to
if
be
it, you
fresh.
basically did
Soylent
you
Green.
snort dandruff? Like
Yeah.
that's
You-
what you.
You know,
Oh no,
If you did it, it doesn't count.
I don't like that.
if I had,
don't like
I
it, real
wouldn't know.
In your brain, yeah, forever.
Incredible.
Ah.
All right, so you all, I just
Sorry, just,
Hearing the
just heard some-
screams of displeasure in the
I just heard
background.
someone's partner just screaming.
You made it. You made it. Is.
Woo! Hey, chat, how's it going? We remember that you're here
Anyway.
too. It's not
Yeah.
just us
Yeah.
having fun.
Listen, this is fine. This is the kind of energy that goblins need. This just means you still have your on. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's
We're still
true.
here. Our aunt is in with
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So you all have just confronted the goblin in charge of this tunnel construction, and you have discovered that it is not a goblin and is in fact a gremlin. Now, for those of you in chat or those of you who are watching that do not know what a gremlin is, gremlins and goblins look very, very similar. Most humans actually confuse the two all the time. They can't tell the difference. Gremlins are basically a mutated version of goblins. They have some sort of extra arm, multiple eyes, squid skin, teeth all over their body. They just kind of vibe. They do their thing. They also live in the tunnels alongside you.
It's
The
not like
thing
we
with
kicked them
gremlins,
out, right?
it's not like, no. The thing is, like, you all have encountered gremlins before. It's not unusual to find a gremlin within the tunnels. They're not necessarily evil beings. They're really kind of neutral. They just kind of go with whatever they want to do or whatever they think is the most fun. If that's causing mischief against you, and that's what they're going to do today. If it means working together, which I'm sure you all have before with a gremlin, work together to make something happen, then that's what they do. They're kind of like a neutral party. Yeah, they're like the
So,
ultimate chaos.
so
So,
okay, I was going to say, are they more or less chaotic than us? And do
more
they
chaotic.
not work with the big guy? Does the big guy not want them because they can't be passed off as human LV peoples?
They are more chaotic in the sense of their morals. Um, uh, because they just kind of go with the flow. They do not work with the big guy because of that. Because of the fact that, like, the big guy could be like, "Hey, how about you make toys today?" And they're like, "Actually, no. Actually, I'm gonna go try to, like, hunt. I'm gonna go run around in the human world and try to find, like, I don't know, roadkill and eat it in front of, broad
Sounds like a good
daylight."
day.
That's a pretty good
It
day.
sounds like a good day, but it is a dangerous day for goblins because, again, humans cannot tell the difference, and then it's up to you all to
hide it.
It's
kind of
also
clean
even
up
worse because with their
the
6
mess.
arms, they can do 6 middle fingers. So that's
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
It's
doesn't
pretty
mean for
metal.
contracts and stuff you haven't worked together. Yeah. And here before you stands a gremlin that Nona was able to deduce or find out through your cane. You also know for a fact that this gremlin, is lying. They are not working for the big man, clearly. They were not told to build this tunnel by Santa Claus. And I believe, Paulie, you rolled a 13 for tough.
Mhm.
So we'll kind of like hold that. I'll say this guy looks big, you're bigger.
okay.
And with a 13, he's kind of like posturing a little bit, but you can see the panic in his eyes as they did not think that a tunnel that only fits one line of goblins might also not allow them to have an exit. in case they were to be discovered. So they're a little bit frantically trying to find a way to escape. But it looks like you are currently blocking the exit, and they won't be able to get past you for
Cool.
now.
Cool.
Yeah. What do you want to do?
Before Polly goes, just to alert everyone to the presence, I think we established earlier that shave and a haircut was come forward, like come in, everything's fine. I want 2 bits to be the danger, something's fucked. And so she just removes the cane, smiles sweetly like a grandmother, and taps 2 bits on the thing to alert everyone, like, this is not a goblin. This is to pass on what I said.
Incredible.
Bye.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's the signal for do whatever you want. This is not one of ours. But if
Sorry, I was gonna say, I think Nugs is immediately made of knives.
if we want to intimidate, that's good, but we could. I think she puts her cane down and goes,
My particular talent means that I can always tell when a goblin isn't being truthful to us. And I can't read anything off of you. We don't have to settle this in a way that hurts any of us. We can simply exchange information. We know you don't work with the big guy. And I look over to Nugs, who is now covered in knives.
And Nugs is hanging from the ceiling from the mechanical arm and has like 2 spring-loaded knives just popped out, like haircuts, and it's swirling in a very dangerous fashion. Like no one should approach what's happening there.
I nod to Paulie and Gino as part of the mafia kind of thing to see what they're doing. Like,
yeah, Gino has the full mafia arms across chest pose. Paulie, I think I'm actually waiting for other people to act because I feel like Paulie's already done his action. I think he's just cracking his knuckles at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I look over to Sergey to see what he's doing, if any intimidation or balls.
What's good, my guy?
My family here are the best at what we do, and we bring cheer and love and on to everyone. And you'd hate to see us go unhinged.
You see my brother's fists?
Yep.
That one is cheer. That one is love.
I do have the goblin weapon, so I assume I pull in, and it's it's the mitts you have as a kid. That there, but it has like the iron bar on the end. Yeah.
Incredible.
The other thing I'd add here is that right now, it's you. It's you. The big man sent us to know what's going wrong. Do you want us to go back to the big man and tell him that it's currently your fault? I know the last time we went and told the big man that guy still hasn't come down from the Main Street tree yet.
It's true. And I think he would listen to us. I think our grandmother maybe fucked him.
Thank you, Sergey. It was a beautiful night.
So, I think you should listen to my Nona.
Grandma.
Just cricks her.
It wasn't just a big guy.
Right.
It was Mrs. Claus.
Yeah.
Are we going to give the list of all of my paramours to the gremlin?
You see, with one of the hands, the gremlin is like writing that list down.
She smacks the hand with the cane.
Tell us what we need to know.
Yeah, you see the gremlin is quaking. The gremlin is quaking. And you see he's struggling to try to pull forth an ounce of bravery, loyalty, and he takes a step back, and you see as his arms kind of break through his shirt. He's got he's got 6 arms. The other 2 break through the shirt, and he just gives like a small shrug, and then just says, "I mean, I work I work for a big man." Uh, and then just starts like backing up, bumping into the
Okay.
goblins, and like
Okay.
And
slowly.
Yeah. All of us
Yes.
just pull
Hold-
closer.
Yeah.
Listen, hold on, family. Wait, brethren. Hey, listen, friend. Listen. You look in my eyes. Look in my eyes. You see the chaos? You see the chaos contained within my eyes? You see the same thing. Look at them. Don't look away. Look at me. You see the same thing when I look in yours. We are the same.
They're not nearly as bloodshot, Sergey.
Listen. Very dry down here.
Sergey is always dry.
For everything.
Bone dry.
Yeah, Sergey's bone
Dry.
dry, as we know. Back.
Bone dry. Listen,
So is
you
my
work
dry
for
boy.
big men, I work for big men. You and me, the same beings of chaos. Why would you work for someone? Why not just betray him?
Sorry, what?
Wouldn't that be more fun? Or eat him? Either one. But wouldn't it be more fun and more interesting if you just betrayed him? Aren't you tired of being nice? Don't you want to just go ape shit?
It's a quick way to the cool list.
I would love to. But I have I have orders. I have orders.
Damn. Here I thought you were cool.
Listen, I'm cool.
Hmm.
I just have to think about
Hmm.
I just have to think about the rest of the gremlins.
Doesn't sound very cool.
I put the cane back on the gremlin's heart. Is he telling the truth on the I'm trying to keep the other gremlins safe?
Yeah, I think gremlins being so close to goblins, they're still no, I'm gonna give it to you. I'm
Okay.
gonna say yes. I think you can tell. You've worked with gremlins before, like even though they're technically not goblins.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's
They're of an evolutionary
they-
offshoot.
Yeah. Are they close
They're-
enough to where I could use my hinge seer move where I roll secret and ask questions?
Yes, I think so. I think that would be fun. So I think you have Paulie. You have a hand on their shoulder. You said
Yeah.
right. You're
Oh, yeah,
not
yeah.
letting them go.
No.
You rolled a 13. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
They're literally their feet are like sinking into the dirt a little bit from your grip. They're like looking over at Gino, like. Should I pet you? No, okay, no.
Gino's probably going like hype man right now, like he's doing the radical going like, oh.
Incredible. Yeah, I think his eyes are darting from Gino to Paulie to Sergey to Nugs hanging in the ceiling having knives. Although with a little bit of respect to Nugs, honestly.
Nugs is actually doing a move called Joy to the World at this moment, which is just hanging from the mechanical arm and spinning like they're a fan, only the blades are actual blades. So
incredible.
It's just like a disco ball.
Yeah, while singing Joy to the World to themselves.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Do we? So I rolled a 6. We don't do chat rerolls if someone donated, right? Or
But chat.
oh, someone already donated, which is why I was asking.
Technically, we have good stuff and bad stuff now.
Technically, we have good stuff and bad stuff. Cough,
If
cough.
only someone loved us enough to give us good stuff. Hello.
Hello.
I'm happy to take the 6 though, genuinely. It's ask one and the answer may be misleading.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's it is. That's how it works. You know what? In the spirit of Christmas,
Is did donate earlier, which is why I think they're saying.
in the spirit of Christmas, I will grant you this. What is your move again? It's
When you witness
I'm in
the
the wrong one.
deeds or
That's why.
words of another goblin, you can see their true heart and the hinges on which it moves. Roll plus secret on a 10, ask 3, 7 to 9, ask 2, 6 and lower, ask 1, and the answer may be misleading. I take a +1 when I act on any of these secrets.
Okay, heard. Yeah, let's just go with it. It can be a 7. It's okay. It is.
I take
+1.
that. Thank you.
That's the
Christmas spirit.
power of the wife. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, wife.
There you
I
go.
marry you all over again. I would like to ask, on whose behalf do they act, and what does their heart desire? I'd like to ask those questions in character, but I use my candy cane to lean him closer, and say,
answer these 2 questions true, and I will and my family do everything in our power to make sure that you are and your kind are safe and that you can enjoy this season like everyone else.
and I give him a little kiss on the cheek for extra encouragement.
Aw.
Little bit of unspirit, and yeah, give me the answers, Grebby.
Yeah, it gets the Greblin kind of looks down in shame, and says, I work for a human. He knows about us. He knows about the goblins. He knows about the tunnels and Santa and the Queen and the Christmas stuff and he knows about what you all have, the magic. And he wants it for himself. He works not far from him. That's what this tunnel is for. We're supposed to start connecting all the tunnels back to the factory so that he can have easy in and outs and kind of keep us around as spies and genuinely just is take over the business. I don't know. That's who I work for. I don't like working for him, but
and what is it that you do want?
what I want for Christmas,
Can be, doesn't have to be.
I want to be able to absolutely go apeshit.
My
But-
man.
Yeah,
Wide.
this guy knows. Points up at Nugs. This guy definitely knows. This one is probably a Greblin, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie to you. I want me and my families and my friends. I want all of us to just be able to like, and he just starts like waving his hands around.
I lean in close and I said,
If we can finish our job, I can make sure that we have a Christmas party that goblins, greblins, everyone can just go completely apeshit on.
and I scratch behind this dude's ears.
We just need a
purrs.
little help.
What?
He purrs.
Okay, good.
That's good. See, this is just what we're here for. We're here to spread on and cheer. You can help us.
Nug
We-
stops spinning and vomits.
Are we?
Oh,
Chat, donate, and I call him Kitten.
Are we going to have to know this guy's name so we can put him on the list too?
He's gone on the cool list.
yeah.
Naughty, nice, cool. They cool and Nona's favorites.
We've established
nasty
we've
or
established the
cool?
cool
Nasty
list
is
and the
cool. It's
nasty
the cool
list.
list and the nasty list here.
Would he go on the nasty list or the cool list?
He's on the cool list. This
He's on
guy's
the-
on the cool list.
We eat big bad guys?
Wow.
Certainly, if he wants to take over Christmas, I mean, I
Yeah, he hurts the goblins, right?
he hurts the
Oh.
gremlins, but he hurts us.
he this is what's kind of been roaming around the human world. And he kind of like reaches into his back pocket and pulls out a folded up kind of crinkled piece of paper, and hands it, just like one of his 6 hands just kind of like
I
extends
take it.
out.
I take
Mhm.
it in favor.
Okay.
What does it say?
Yeah,
Oh, we
Justin,
had
fucking
fun.
grip it,
Yes!
baby.
Thank you for the
Slop that down,
donation.
dude. Yeah, dude. Crack one for
I
the
am now
big
only
boy.
going to call him Kitten now.
Great.
So the gremlin's name is Kitten.
Oops.
Thanks, babe.
My government name is Blap, but I'll take Kitten any day. Wink.
Wink. Oh.
You're kitten now.
Scratches.
But you were saying
Purse.
the people.
Purse.
Yeah. So you unfold this piece of paper, and you've seen human world things before. You don't really understand it. It doesn't really make a lot of sense to you. You can read it or whatever, but this is clearly a flyer, an advertisement flyer. And it's all green, this like neon green and bright red. It
Ugh.
hurts your eyes to look at a little bit. And hold on, let me and at the top in very big bold letters, it just says Grandpa Grampfelds with apostrophe S. And underneath are these what looks like things he has for sale. One of them is a spray you put in your home, like one of those like strange perfumes or like those instant sprays that fills you with holiday cheer. And there's another one that is also a spray that you spray onto your food to make it taste just like grandma used to make it. And there's another that is a spray as well that you spray onto the snow to make it just sparkly and wonderful and give it that sense of childlike wonder that you seem to be lacking this Christmas.
Are we fighting Axe body spray here?
This guy likes spraying things. Am
Yeah.
I right?
No, it's canon. No.
Kind
I will fight ass bodies for any day of the week. Okay.
I don't know about the rest of you guys. I don't like this at all. I think we need to hit a little combo with Grandpa. Grandpa doesn't. I don't. Grandpa sounds
Grandpa
weird. but I don't-
Grampfeld?
Grandpa Grampfeld. That's just sounds
Mr.
weird.
Gradfeld, yes.
I turn to Kitten and I ask,
Would you and your family want to partake in this negotiation of sorts with Grandpa? Or would you rather stay out of it?
You want to eat
I mean, I'll eat him.
him?
I will eat him. Better than roadkill. Yeah, my family's at the factory. So if we're gonna go eat him,
What?
I mean,
What I'm
yeah.
asking is save you a slice. Would you like us to save you a slice of
I
the
would like a slice of the human. Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, we got you.
I will point out, if it does lead to like a worker riot or something, that's a lot of crazy ass shit going down. You could get completely crazy in that situation.
That's
The only
a
thing
good
you have to
point.
lose are your
Yeah.
chains. Good.
I do
Rise up,
like the sound
comrade.
of that.
My family speaks true.
Mhm.
I have a question.
To
Did he
me
make
or
the-
to me?
You, yes, you.
Oh,
The cat, yes.
The
okay.
kitten.
Mhm.
Sure. He'll hold up like the bag of the the powder. Be like,
Mhm.
did he make this? I'm calling it ketamine.
God damn it. I love it.
Yeah, he nods and just says, I mean, listen, he kind of like points. He reaches one of his hands and grabs one of the goblins that's just like working nonstop, and just like pulls the goblin over. And you see the goblin doesn't stop. He's dropped his shovel just because it got caught. He's still doing the motions
Creepy.
and just like vacant eyes. And he says, I'm not proud of this, but we feed them the drink. It's like a pink drink. I had a big jug of it around here somewhere, but I
That's
don't know.
crazy.
The bad
No, no.
chocolate!
And then
Things
you
disappear all the time.
extract the
So yeah, so they drink it and then we send them to the factory, and then apparently somehow it gets sucked out.
Okay. Well, listen.
The bad?
I don't want to be inappropriate, but
Mhm.
I notice you have 6 hands. I'm just wondering what that process looks like. We were all
Listen,
wondering.
man, I'm the only one with 6 hands, and I'm out here digging. So
Okay. All right. Seem pretty upset about it, but okay.
Nug like whacks whacks you on the back of the head with the metal arm.
incredible.
Nona just slides her card. And,
Absolutely, one of the hands
yeah,
takes it.
just a
tosses
very
it.
sly grandmother giving you $5 away. Slightly different context here, but that's fine.
How do we get factories?
Oh, I mean, we can just follow what there are some completed tunnels, so we can go there.
Yeah. Let's do that. Okay.
Cool.
Let's do that.
So should we just leave these guys here, or
How
I'm sure
long
it'll be fine.
how long
Can you
does it
tell
take
them to like
before
take
the...
Sorry, you go
Can
ahead,
you-
Paulie?
Can you just tell them like actually to take a rest, or like will they just continue working?
I've never tried before?
Hey, take a nap.
All of them mid shovel just fall over. Eyes still open.
Nona just tears of joy.
I taught him so well. So
Nugs
good.
goes over and like one by one
I wouldn't
like
be
closes their
able to project my voice without your training, Nona. You know,
You made me proud. You made me proud.
I'm. Oh, a tear comes down Paulie's eye as he made his Nona happy.
Amazing. All right, so you all are following Blop Kitten. He kind of scooches around y'all and starts leading you down another tunnel. It's windy, it's really small. It gets kind of big in some places. It's all over the place. There are some extra tunnels you see like further down. You can hear more goblins working down in other tunnels. But he kind of leads you around, and eventually you get to it looks kind of like a manhole. What is it called? Manhole? Is it man cover? Manhole?
Manhole
It's a
cover.
manhole. Like a
I
manhole
think
cover.
it's a manhole cover. Yeah.
Whatever.
I'm gonna say it's a manhole. You reach a manhole, but instead of it instead of it being above you as you would expect, from like peeking out into the human world, it is right in front of you, kind of like a door.
Okay.
And he just says, "Okay, so on the other side is the factory.
Okay.
I've never really taken anyone who's not like vacant before, so I don't know what to expect."
Well, maybe we pretend.
That was my idea. Is there a way that they can check? Or do they
think
just
so. We can.
everyone?
Who do I have anything that could help? No. Okay. Just because I do it, I'll say, okay, everyone act like this, and you just see Nona completely disassociate and like look out, and it's just like,
I'm thinking of Mariah Carey.
and just like
Aw.
light leaves her body, and everyone gets a +1. If you follow
Hell
with us.
yeah, I like that.
I could cover us in spikes.
Just
It'd
guys.
be interesting.
I mean,
You want to cover us in with spikes?
That's pretty metal.
Is this about the extraction process again?
Mhm.
Don't know that it helps with the
Aw.
extraction process, but this is cool, Sergey. So he's gotta.
You got it. You can't see, but I am winking.
I could feel it.
You can't see, but I'm winking.
incredible.
Yeah.
So spikes all around, or maybe spit acid.
You know, I think I'm gonna pass on those curses, but if anyone wants one, I mean, we're all here to do what you need.
This one tastes like bubble gum.
I mean, if I'll take one. Eh?
I'm going to regret this. And I take a little bit and I
Hey, my
Drink up.
man.
Hell yeah.
You get spikes.
What do they
Sergey,
do?
you start feeling a little sick.
A little sick.
Sick.
A little sick nasty.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
Not the sweet guitar solo.
Yeah, you're like it's not your stomach, but it's like your body is like gurgling a little bit.
Because of the
Something's up.
spikes.
Not the spikes.
Okay.
Well,
the spikes
gonna
do
be.
the spikes do d6 damage. So
Okay.
Oh hell yeah. Okay, so Blop/Kitten.
he has no
Blobkin.
other name now.
That's true. Kitten just looks over to all of you and just says, "Okay, let's do this."
Let's do this.
And you see him use all 6 of his hands to push at the manhole, and it gives way, and you enter the hole,
Mhm.
and you see in front of you the tunnel. The small little tunnel gives way to a massive factory floor. There are several rows of conveyor belts And you see multiple goblins and gremlins working at each of these conveyor belt kind of stations. And then off to the side, you're kind of like on a little bit of a ledge looking down into this. Um, and then off to the side, there is another conveyor belt that is on your level, and it goes up and then over the working goblins and gremlins. Um, and there is a giant, what looks like a large like hose pot, round, um I don't know, this is round bubble, uh um periodically stamping onto the conveyor belt, and then the conveyor belt kind of falls into the factory floor. And you see on the other side from where you are, uh on this like little ledge, you see another of the manhole covers comes off, and another gremlin. So presumably, actually, it's pretty clear because this guy has a bunch of eyes all over his head and also on his body. Um, he walks forward and he's leading three goblins with him. And they get on their side of the conveyor belt that goes up and over the warehouse. And you watch as these vacant eyed goblins individually get uh, basically plastered by this bubble. You see the bubble before was kind of like clear. Uh, and as the goblins enter it, you see a swirl of that glittering dust being sucked into the hose. And then the goblins fall onto the factory floor and go to a station and continue to work.
So the bubble is the thing that's like doing stuff to them? Is that correct?
The bubble is the suck.
Yeah. Okay.
Bubbles suck.
The
The
bubble's
bubble
sucking.
is the suck. Ugh.
So immediately, because I do machines and crafts and things, I want to know how to break it.
Incredible. Oh, I forgot to mention. Also, as you look up, important bit, you see a large windowed office that has a clear view of what's going down on the factory floor. And you see a figure. You can't really make out what's going on behind the glass, but you see a figure kind of walking back and forth. And there's like a large box looking thing behind him.
Large box looking thing behind him, you said?
Mhm. Like a large box. But you can't really see what it is
Okay.
from here.
What's in the box?
What's in the
Um,
box?
Okay. Hmm.
What do I need to roll to figure out how to break this giant monstrosity of magic and
Oh yeah, hell
machinery?
yeah. I'm gonna say skillful or clever.
Either one. It has.
Probably be a lot easier with spikes, just saying.
Okay, so that is a 3 and a 5 plus my 2.
10?
That's 2 5s, 10.
Yay! Okay. So with a 10, you can see there's multiple ways to destroy this thing. If there's one way to like shatter the bubble, cutting some the hose, just disrupting the process in some way, whether that's in the bubble area or somehow in the conveyor belts. But disrupting the process and breaking it apart. You have knives on you. I think using something sharp.
Yeah, so I think what Nugs is gonna do, because I'm assuming like this whole machinery thing makes a pretty decent amount of noise, and like the bubble's going up and down, and there's the tube to the bubble. You said
Yes.
like
Yeah.
So I think what
The bubble
Nugs,
definitely goes like a bloop sound too. So
yeah, so I think what Nugs is gonna do is like in time with the next bloop down is, or like the next like sort of like, you know, machine sound that's pretty loud. I want to roll to have my ascender gun, which secures a rope to an out of reach place, and a boom gun that tethers you to a target. I'm assuming that means like I am like I can shoot it from like my chest. I'm actually picturing, you know how we talked about Nugs was once put in a harness with a leash on it?
yeah.
The
This is-
slingshot. It's the slingshot.
I'd also like to imagine that part of the reason it's now longer than a normal slingshot is also you took the tinsel, so
Yep.
it is a faster slingshot.
There's
Incredible.
tinsel flying as I do. So I'd like to essentially like do the claw hook and then it pulls me and slingshots me towards that. In
Incredible.
time.
So, Ascender gun sounds like a weapon from like Final Fantasy. They could have just called it a grappling
It does.
hook.
It definitely does.
Final Asunder Buster.
This is what I'm
So-
gonna say. So you roll with skillful for your gadgets, right? I'm gonna
Yeah.
say you have access to your gadgets. You can do it. I would say roll skillful to see if you can time it properly.
Okay. Hold on.
Yeah.
So that's a 6 and a 3 plus my 2. So yes,
there you
11.
go.
Hell yeah. Incredible.
2 comes.
So yeah, you all are taking this in. And as you're watching kind of the assembly lines, obviously clearly making these like each line is a different type of spray for Grandpa Grampfeld's I can't even say his name. Grandpa Grampfeld's strange Xmas concoctions. Before you know it, Nugs is absolutely flying in front of you, flying across the warehouse. And where did you aim your where did you aim your
You
gun?
said there's a hose kind of feeding the bubble? Is that right?
Yes, it's like a bubble that has a hose attached to it that leads off into the factory.
Okay, so I think Nugs aims for the bubble and like what like think flying squirrel like that pose. Only like there's knives coming out of the arms with just the
Spring-loaded knives.
spring-loaded knives
Spring-loaded
coming
knives.
out of the arm with that monstrosity of a Christmas sweater and the bandolier of Christmas lights that are glowing. Just like the little bits of Christmas sweater like that are like flying as like so
God
And-
bless us, everyone.
She grabs, Nona grabs hands with everyone. Everybody make a wish.
and it's just going straight to like essentially slash through, and if I hit the wall after this, it's totally fine. Slash through the tube that attaches the bubble, and just as
Hell
I go.
yeah. You slide, you're flying through the air, spring-loaded knives at your fists. And you absolutely shred this hose. And you watch as you're flying off, you fly to the other side of the wall. I'll say there's like another little ledge there. You kind of land over there. And you watch as another goblin, the final goblin of this little trio that were led in just now, gets stamped by the bubble, but the bubble starts to shake and the goblin just falls to the ground. You don't see that swirl. Yeah. So you've definitely malfunctioned the tube, the bubble, the suck.
I just picture it going like in the
It is, yeah, it's floundering everywhere, and then you hear an
Oh,
Oh.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
finally
Oh,
all right, it's my game now.
All right, now we're in Silent Knocked.
Ah, Ah,
It's all right.
So
It's
you
all
do
right.
it. You stop the suck, and then I mean that fixes the problem basically. And then
little did you
yeah.
know, you also cut Raph's Ethernet cable when you were
Yeah.
flying through the air too.
I see
That-
my errors now. Yeah.
Oh,
So we
Oh,
eat the
no.
guy.
We
Also,
eat the
and
guy
then-
totally. Everyone
yeah.
gets a bite.
Yep.
I need to roll later to see if if Nugs has like a tail or something and it is actually a gremlin.
You're back?
Hello.
Hello, you're back.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Lasted so long, gang. This
I know,
is
we did so
this
good.
Is, this
You
is
did.
impressive.
It's been impressive.
It's been
Um,
good.
All
I
right.
ran
So,
the game for like a minute and a half, and we finished.
yeah.
So we're good.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. Good
We
job.
were
Hey, Grandpa.
Well, let's do the outros then, real quick.
All right.
All right. What happens when I cut this thing?
Wait, what was the last thing
You kill the suck.
You
I
kill the
think
you killed the suck.
Broke the
Yep.
suck.
Incredible.
suck.
Okay, so you broke the suck.
Sucked fucked.
You watch as the last goblin in that trio stamps. It starts. It doesn't work. The goblin falls. The suck starts flying around. And you, Nugs, on the other side of this factory, can clearly see now where this hose was kind of leading to. And it leads to another kind of larger bubble on the factory floor. And from there, there are that's where the start of the 3 conveyor belts. That's like the source, and there you see the little bottles of being bottled up, literally taken down the conveyor belts, and then you watch as the goblins and gremlins that working on the factory floor stamp the brand label on these bottles and close them up, put them in boxes, and ship them out the door.
I think I'm gonna be chewing through some tires later so that they don't get shipped out.
Is anyone else doing anything after Nugs' heroic?
So there is.
Oh, one last thing. Since I said it while I was disappearing. After you slash that, you also hear really, really loud alarms start ringing, and they sound like horrible, out of tune jingle bells. And you hear the voice of some strange man just going, ho, 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 who's doing that? Ho, 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 who's doing that? Just like on repeat behind these jingle bells. And you see the man that's been walking back and forth in the office stop. Yeah. What do you
I
do?
would like to try to get up to that office, and see who that man be. I don't know if there's an obvious way. I would like to try to be sneaky to get up there, to get an idea of what's going on. So I would assume that would be probably a skill for a check to try to sneak up into that office.
Yes, sneaking I think is also a skillful role.
Mhm.
I think you're a goblin. You could probably climb up the wall itself and
Yeah.
just kind of like either peek through the window or find your way in somehow,
Mhm.
some goblin-y way. What does anyone else have anything they want to do? And we're
Are
just kind
there
of like jumping around.
goblins and gremlins are on the assembly line floor in front of us?
Mhm.
I wanted to see if
like below you. You're like on a little bit of a higher ledge.
and maybe working to try and offer some sort of advantage or support for Paulie. But I was hoping to try and either break these goblins out of their trance or at the very least, like try and rile them. And with the cane, I'd like to this time beat something that's not just family specific but goblin specific, probably even gremlins too, but the beat is dot 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 dot. TSO Carol of the Bells esque, but she's just smacking that with that, and I'll roll secret.
You're telling me this entire Siberian Orchestra is trans?
It's trans.
It's gremlins.
Incredible. Yeah, go ahead, roll with secret.
All right.
And then do
So
you
I
want to do
got a
anything?
7 to get up there. So
Okay.
I do it, but there's a cost or a complication. So I don't know
Yes,
if you
there
already have.
is.
I
Yeah.
critically succeeded. I got 2 6s and the +2 because it's my top, so I got a 14.
Incredible. We will get to that. My little boy, do you want to do something?
You're talking to me?
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot your character's name was
You could
Would you
just
rather
use
be
my.
kitten?
I was
You
like,
could just use my real
super.
name.
Just
Sir,
like,
boy, are you a
Sir.
nasty boy? Or are you a cool boy today?
I can't read it on the thing.
Mr. Stranger.
You know my
See,
actual
Sergey.
name.
Oh, I got the
It's
version.
on the screen below.
It's much better. to
Sergey,
just
I got
start
it.
It's
with
my
that
little
name. That doesn't break a
boy.
rationale.
Little boy.
I didn't care for it.
I'm gonna veto that one. Yeah. Full vetoes.
X card on little boy.
Yeah.
In that specific voice, at least.
You don't like my little witch's voice?
I don't like the little
My
witch's voice.
little boy.
It's the combination. It's the whole thing together. Individual elements of it are fun. I think Sergey is gonna like pop a cork on one of the other drinks and down it, and then is going to jump 20 meters, which I
yeah.
think would be enough to get me up there,
Up.
where to where Paulie was climbing to, and to where the man is like pacing and
Okay.
stuff.
Sick. Incredible. All right. So we'll start with Paulie then.
Okay.
Paulie, you scramble up the wall, and you are able to make it to the window. You can peek in there.
Mhm.
Now that you're closer, you see this man that's standing at the window. And he is this like very tall, scraggly looking dude. He has a very big beard and gray hair. From where you are peeking though, you can clearly tell this beard is fake and the gray hair is spray painted. Like it's not even dyed. It's just like that Halloween spray sprayed on there. And he is looking out the window, and it looks like he's about to call reinforcements. Behind him, that big box you see it looks like a big Christmas present, but it's looks like it's leaking water. And I think the bad thing that happens is as you're kind of peeking in to get a closer look, you bump against the glass, and you see that he turns and he sees you, and he starts going to like open the window and grab you. Meanwhile, I'm forgetting everyone's names. Nona, there we go. My little girl.
Okay, keep it coming.
Nona.
How are you now, my very
You start tapping that beat with your cane. Yeah, and with the critical success, I'll say after it starts like a wave. The gremlins and goblins that are closer to you, you see the gremlins start like instinctively like scratching or like tapping, um and dancing in their place to the beat. You see the goblins that have these vacant eyes, even the ones that are completely vacant have like a tapping toe or like are tapping onto the conveyor belt. They can't help it. And you see the gremlins that as they kind of take in this beat, they all start looking for the source, and they look up at you, kind of expectantly. They see you, they see Kitten next to you, and they all have kind of an eye of, okay, what's next? And then Sergey, I won't forget this time. Sergey, you launch yourself 20 meters forward. You watch as Paulie gets like grabbed from the window and is being pulled into this office space, it looks like. You land against the glass. What do you want to do with that? Are you scrambling? You staying?
Yeah, I'm scrambling. I think what I would like to do if I can is distract him.
Okay, hell yeah. How do you want to do that?
So I think if I can, I would like to scramble. Basically, like he's in a control room.
Yeah, basically.
Cool. I think I would like to scramble in, and then like have a bottle. Like pull a bottle out of my little satchel
Hell yeah.
that I'm gonna like sort of casually like start to sip on, maybe like sort of sitting on the controls or something, and say, "You are the grandpa."
You see he's holding on to Paulie, and he looks over at you shocked and says, "And who are you?"
Oh, Sergei Cannoli. And
I don't know
I
what that
think you
means.
and I, takes another sip, you and I think we are the same.
The speech every
I
time.
see chaos in your eyes, just as there is chaos in mine. Look closely, look into my eyes. Look. You
I'm
see?
looking, but I don't
You
want
see?
to
Look into my
anymore.
eyes. And then as he looks in my eyes, I'm gonna spit acid
Into
his face
Incredible.
with my cauldron breath elixir.
Hell yeah. Okay. You spit acid into Grampfeld's face as he's like, what am I supposed to see? I'm confused. Immediately drops Paulie.
I'll also add in, he technically got dealt 4 damage because I took the spikes potion.
Yes, he did. So
I told you, spikes.
incredible, yes. So you spit acid in his face as he's kind of like trying to get it off. I want to say he like swings you, Paulie, to his face as well to wipe himself, and just gets like stabbed with the spikes, throws you on the floor, is like grabbing his face.
That was unconventional.
You all are fighting Grampfeld. Nona, you want to give a direct action?
Yes, I would like to grab one of the gremlin's kitten's hands, and I just go, "Follow me," and I am going to start. Actually, she's going to start doing the parts of TSO to try and get everyone further. So she's gonna go,
Hell yeah.
no, 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 no. No, 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 and like trying to get everyone, all of this chorus to try and now get Grandpa the attention, but still with one hand beating and one hand holding Kitten, and yeah, trying to get the entire factory. I'm not sure if that can count as my extra bonus from my 14, but I'm trying. Yeah, I want.
Sure.
Eventually, when they reach the chorus, I want them to flood, but I'm figuring get them all on the same page first.
Yeah, okay, hell yeah. So
Build the
I'm imagining
crescendo.
like, yeah, so you see as you all start singing and like gaining momentum, the gremlins that are dancing and singing along with you, very off tune, but doing their best.
Yeah.
They start taking the on that are like the bottles in front of them and grabbing the nearest goblin and just like forcing it down their throats. And then you watch as those goblins just kind of like take a deep breath, and as they release their breath, they're singing dun, 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 and just like they're all grabbing bottles. And you see as you kind of like point over to Grampfeld, you see them like zombie style, like all start piling on top of each other to climb up this giant mob of gremlins and goblins working together to climb up to the control room where Sergey and Paulie are. Nugs, what are you up to?
Nugs is chanting along, da, 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 but as they go in search of, I guess, like, because the voice is coming from assumingly speakers or speaker system, like Nugs is following the wires along and finding like a conduit where it's coming from, and just starts ripping into it and like just jerking wires out everywhere and singing "Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas."
Incredible.
And so that the who's doing that ho 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 starts starts going, and the crescendo of the sound of dun da 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 dun da da da
Yeah,
dun
hell
da da
yeah.
starts to get louder because there's nothing competing with it now, and Nugs is just
Amazing.
ripping wires with full joy.
You're ripping wires, the voice kind of melts and distorts away. And because it has nothing to compete with, and now this music and sound is so loud, you see both of the tunnel doors that have now been opened, the manholes that have been opened. You feel that sound kind of like tunnel out into the tunnels that have been built from the factory, and you start hearing the goblins and gremlins down in these tunnels distantly, as they all start running into the factory.
This is truly epic banger.
Nugs, you're like, as you're ripping, you're getting closer and closer to the control room as well. Because
So
all
I'm
those
like digging
wires
through a
lead
wall.
back.
Yeah.
You're digging
Like-
into the building to the control room because all those wires lead back right
Right.
there. I'm gonna say, like, at one point you burst through next to Sergey, who's sitting on the control room. You burst
Just like
through
shark
the
teeth
control
smile and
right
Yeah.
there.
great black eyes burst through a wall, singing "Merry Merry Christmas."
Yep.
Can I do something then? Because I was waiting
yeah.
for a moment like this.
Perfect.
Sergey is gonna look like very casually over at Nugs as they like tear through the wall, is singing the song, and is just gonna say, "Ah, there you are," and then is gonna like hold out one hand and say, "Nugs, it is time to go ape shit." And then I'm gonna blow the rest of the ketamine into Nugs' face.
Oh my god. Hell yes. Incredible. I'm gonna say with that, if you want to do something mechanical, all of your stats have +3.
Oh god.
Your gadgets, you just start feeling them like all start going off at once.
Okay, so to describe what that looks like,
Yeah,
like-
hell yeah.
sorry. Hold on, let me pull up all of my gadgets. So, from beneath the wrapped scarf that Nugs is wearing as a sweater, just like outbreaks like an exoskeleton. Mostly looks like it's built out of woven tinsel, and it's sparking a little bit, and you realize this is old tinsel that is able to carry an electric current. And from like Nugs's back rolls out what looks like, and drops onto the ground, what looks like a tank, like a toy tank, but out of it springs like all of these little toy soldiers, and they start marching forward with the tank, and the tank starts firing candles randomly around the room. There's no
Hell yeah.
pattern. It's not aiming. They're just lit candles flying around the room. Nugs screams,
Incredible.
and there's just a lot of knives. Would you like me to make some kind of attack? Like, I will choose just one.
Go ahead. You can do like a 2d6. Do 3d6 plus
I'll have to re-roll
your
one.
skillful, which currently also has +3 plus whatever your normal one is.
Oh, so it's okay. So my normal is a +2, so that's a 5,
right, so it's a
right?
+5.
Okay, so that's a 1 and a 2 on my first dice. So it's only a 3. And then a 5 on the last one.
Incredible.
So that is 13.
Amazing.
Not hard, but
You watch as the candles start pew 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 flying all over. One of them lands in Gramfeld's beard. This this fake made of plasticky beard. It immediately catches on fire. He's like desperately trying to rip it off. One of them lands like the room is starting to catch fire. One of them lands on this giant box, this present that has been like leaking water, and you see the wrapping paper box part and the ribbon also start catching flames. And it's everything is starting to like melt away. Nona, anyone else want to do something?
So I did want to do one thing, just out of suspicion. So Santa said that the Queen of the Seasons had a song that she was singing. Do I sense that song coming from this box?
You watch as the candle burns away the wrapping paper, and behind this present is a giant block of ice. And inside the block of ice is the Queen of the Season, frozen mid song. In her red and white frilly outfit, she looks weirdly exactly like Mariah Carey. And she is just desperately trying to sing out, but she's frozen in this cube of ice. You see the flames from the room getting hotter, slowly starting to melt. You see kind of like just her fingers are sticking out right now.
So then what I want to do, because I was originally going to lay into Grandpa, but then I turn and see Nugs on a bender, and I'm like, I need to get the Queen of the Seasons out of this room before this turns into a war zone. So I think essentially I'm going to like attack the ice to try to chip it further and stuff like that.
Hell yeah, use tough and go ahead. You can roll for Gino as well. So
the way it works, unless you want to do it something, is that I have a move that says when I attack an opponent with the help of my rat, I get to treat any 6 or lower as if it was a 7 to 9.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
And on a 10 or higher, then Gino also gets to do damage.
Hell yeah, love it.
That is a 10. So I do damage, and Gino does damage too.
Incredible.
That is an even 8 damage to this ice.
Perfect. You're watching with the combination of the flames in the room, and what are you doing? Are you punching it? Are you biting it?
So we've already established these are like Rock'em Sock'em gloves, and essentially I'm doing like a little bit of almost force palming it, but that's because on the inside it's nice and roasty toasty. It has like the little hand warmers.
Aww.
So it's not only fighting, it's also helping them melt. And I think Gino, what would Gino be doing? I think this would just be kind of funny. Gino looks at the assortment of tools, but since we already mentioned spray, he pulls out a can of Axe body spray with the lighter and
incredible. Yeah, amazing.
Oh, that's perfect.
You're palm handing, you punching your way through this ice. Gino is just Axe body spray by flamethrower on the ice. Eventually the ice melts away, and you can hear her mouth starts coming out of the ice, and you hear the song that brings everyone holiday cheer begin to ring out. You feel the returning as the scrambling goblins and gremlins work together to attack the entire warehouse, the entire factory. Gramfeld is on fire. He's screaming. You see when she starts singing, he starts yelling, "No, no, my money! I was gonna make so much money!" And then, yeah, any
Oh.
other. You're watching this absolute pandemonium. Is there any last things you all want to do as the factory literally just begins to crumble?
Nugs, I saw Heather. Did you want to do something? I also have something. So, but if you want to go first,
If you want, yeah. Nugs claws himself out of the wall with the third arm,
Incredible.
jumps onto this burning beard man's face, grabs him by the cheeks and says, "We're gonna eat you!"
Oh no!
And the Furby head that is attached to the exoskeleton does that creepy Furby laugh.
that's perfect.
Incredible.
What I picture is like, so there's sparks going everywhere, fire, smoke, and everything going through. And through the smoke, you see two creatures coming through the haze. And it's Kitten holding on their shoulder, Nona, walking through, like holding a queen. She goes down, she takes the cane and just nudges, just slightly pushes Nugs and says,
You are completely correct. But before we do, I just wanted to say that the music you hear is the sound of my people. It is the beat of our hearts all matching in unison. It is the hinge of the door that flaps open. And when you open that door, it says, we're gonna go ape shit.
and she goes,
First bite's on you, Kitten.
and she steps aside and lets Kitten have a slice and lets
Yeah.
Nugs have a slice and lets everyone have a slice.
I just picture
You
like,
watch
sorry.
just the pile of them, like a literal wave, just overcome this man. Nugs, go ahead.
No, I just pictured like Nugs like laughing and the Furby laughing as like the guy basically gets pulled down by all of these.
Furby gets a slice for
Yeah,
sure.
everybody, we're eating well tonight.
We're eating good. It's a Christmas miracle.
The one last thing I'll do is that right before everyone goes down, I will put Grandpa out, the fire on Grandpa out, because one, I don't want any of the other gremlins or goblins to get hurt. Two, it's
Fair.
very
Fire
important
safety.
not to overcook your Christmas roast.
It's
And
true.
I feel like with this damage, he is a nice, juicy, medium rare.
The worst thing that you want is a dry man on Christmas.
yes.
You want to make sure that, at least medium rare.
Yeah.
Bone drying is okay for goblins.
Yeah.
I mean, really, the
Fine
important
for
part is
company, terrible for your meat.
the important part is that we ate the rich, and that was
We ate
Yeah,
the
exactly.
rich.
I'd like to say, if I can, that Sergey kind of hangs back as everybody's like leaping in for the feeding frenzy. He's still sort of sitting on the console very casually. He pulls out one of those mostly smoked clove cigarettes, puts it in his mouth, lights it, and then slowly sighs, takes off the sunglasses, puts them in his bag, and just like surveys the fire and the carnage and says, blows out the smoke and says, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Incredible.
evil
Yeah, just
Furby
just being fire, just smoking. just a very peaceful and very regular, normal goblin grublin experience, to be
Mhm.
honest.
We're allowed to eat people on the naughty list, right? Like,
Yeah,
On the
that's
he's
rule
not even
one.
he's not
The
even on
nasty
the
list.
nasty list. He's on like the gross list.
He's on the
Yeah.
degent list.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
on the freaking blacklist. Like
The
you're not
the filthy degens from upcountry.
he's on
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, he's on the menu.
Yeah.
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 Hey.
Hey.
Okay, so incredible. Yay! You did it, you did it, you did it. We'll cut
what do we get for
back.
Christmas? This is the
That's the important
We
question.
will cut back to you all walking back to the tunnels. Santa has come down, congratulated you. You can feel the air above you of the world. That warmth, that fuzzy feeling, that like, yay, is back. Everyone, when you sleep that night, you're able to like steal children's dreams, and the letters start come pouring in for Santa. And as you're returning back to your homes, I'll say it's the night of Paulie's party.
Yeah.
And as you all come in, Paulie, do you want to describe kind of like how you have the room set up and who all can come in?
So you can tell that some tables and chairs have been last minute arranged because the Gremlins helped us out, and Kidden is now basically part of the family. So Kidden gets an invite. Uh, I think essentially, as you come in, you see a very nicely put together. You see a tree, various ornaments of various tools and knickknacks and plumbing bits that Polly managed to collect over the years. You see the table. We've already discussed the lasagna that's out. We got the marinara sauce that's cooked. We got the rabbies that's made literally from like various junk picked up and things like that. And then, of course, as everyone comes in, all the presents have to go under the tree. So everyone, we have the stack of presents and things like that ready to go. And fun fact: this is what my family actually does. But before we open all up the presents, I also very quickly we have the yearly pinata. We have the yearly pinata that we got to crack open, and of course, to rub it in, I took inspiration from Grandpa. And I think the pinata is not just Grandpa, but Grandpa in the Krampus basket, ready to go. So we all get a nice round on the pinata while we're there.
Incredible. And
Yeah.
as you all sit down for your Christmas meals, you see there is a present under the tree for each and every one of you. Who wants to go collect their present first?
Do we want to go youngest to oldest or oldest to youngest?
oldest
Youngest to oldest.
youngest to oldest.
Youngest to oldest.
Oldest to youngest. No, okay. If you do this, and if it is the magical sack, that's it. We're in trouble. We're in trouble. All right.
That's the end of the world.
All right.
I was thinking of potentially having Nona as her +1 bringing +2 and bringing the clauses outside of their professional capacity, of course. You never want to bring your boss to work, but if it's just Chris and Linda, then it's fine.
You never want to bring your boss to work, but sometimes you want to work your boss.
Yes.
Linda
So no-
Claus, I love it.
Nugs, yeah, do you want to go first, Nona?
Sure, we'll go first after a nudge to the big guy and the big guy's wife. She goes and collects her present. Oh, rips it
Nona.
open.
Yeah, you rip open your present, and you see a stethoscope. But it's not only a stethoscope. It's a stethoscope you see that can connect to your cane so that you don't have to just individually walk up to goblins and grublins and listen to their hearts, but every time you take a step, your cane connects to the floor that connects to everyone. So you're able to hear the
Aw.
hearts and souls of every goblin with every step that you take.
That's beautiful. I think she takes a steps and hears dun 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 dun. Takes another step, dun 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 dun. Dun. Then you just see her like a grandma speed walking around,
Aw.
just around the table as she's like, "This is the best." Yeah.
I think the next one is Paulie, correct?
Yeah, I guess it's me. Do I get a box down
Paulie,
there?
yeah, you got a box. And you see a little box for Gino as well.
Oh.
Um, you open your box and you see there's like a flurry of little drones that come out, and they all start hovering above you. And you see they have like little scanning cameras. They're taking analyses of all of the, making sure everything is ready and good, and if there's some anomaly, then beep beep beep, it starts beeping and letting you know, reporting it directly back to you. And you see at the bottom of the box there is a beautifully fluffy little stuffed penguin,
Aw.
that if you press certain parts of his little fin or his little belly, is also the remote controls of the drones themselves. Exactly like that.
Aw.
Oh.
And then Gino opens up his little gift, and it is a charcuterie board of the most exquisite, rare, exotic cheeses. Yes, there's Antarctica Brie number 5 as well in there. But there's also so many delicious cheeses. He gobbles them up and learns the meaning of great cheese. Uh, yeah. Sergey, you,
when they call Sergey's name,
yeah.
he's like bundled up in like a big sweater in like one corner, and he's wearing sunglasses again, but like not cool sunglasses. And he's just like, oh, not so loud, no, not so loud.
You get an envelope. And
Oh,
when you open the envelope, inside is a recipe. And it is a recipe for the most secret Santa hot chocolate. However, he has left one ingredient a mystery for you to solve.
Ooh.
this man, he fucks with me.
You
Me
see,
too.
you see, like at the bottom, there's just a doodle, and it's like, and Nugs, you don't see a present under the tree for you. Instead, you hear Santa call you in to the office, private conversation, and say, Nugs, I've heard you want to play with the sack. I'm granting you not mine. And he pulls out a really small, nug-sized Santa bag.
Aw.
He says the magic inside is not as grand, but with the power in there and the ability to go one day a year into the workshop without being disturbed. Merry Christmas.
That's right, big guy.
Nugs like
You can
scurries
feel the
away.
power in there.
Like
Oh, yeah.
Nugs scurries away and then like squirrels the bag in his cheek. And, like,
In his cheek. Incredible.
like I have to keep it safe. Like,
Amazing.
also,
Yeah. Go
yeah.
ahead.
No. I can detail all the things Nugs is gonna do with that, but we don't
I
have enough
would
time.
love to hear that. Yeah, you all enjoy your delicious family meal. Kitten also gets a gift.
Aw.
It's a little cannoli family sweater.
Aw.
With 6 arms.
With 6 arms, with 6 armholes. Yeah. Yay! You did
Yay.
it! You said Christmas. I won't keep you any longer now.
I also wanted to wait it because I did want to throw out, but it was the emotional moment of like, remember with Santa's sack, it's not the size of the sack, it's how you use it.
It's
I
the
really
magical
just
power within it.
I think Nugs 90% of it was just wanting to crawl inside and see what's inside of the magic, like interdimensional sack
Yeah.
of magic. Like, you know.
You could probably crawl inside this one.
Yeah.
You can make
After
it
I get it out of my cheek. I will
Yeah,
absolutely
after you've
do that.
eaten it. Yay!
Yay.
The cannoli family. Oh, it
Yay.
is
Aw.
beautiful.
All right.
Love it.
Yay, thank
Beautiful.
you all for being here and going through this crazy unhinged beautiful moments with us.
Thank you
Yes.
for hosting.
Yes.
Wow,
Yeah,
wow.
that
Thank
was
you,
fun.
chat.
Yeah.
Thank you, chat.
Yay. And now we'll do outros. Right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, if you want to do that.
Yeah.
how do you want to do this? You're the
You have to be the
storyteller.
one to say who does
Yeah.
which outro.
We'll switch it up. Youngest to oldest now.
Ah.
So Nugs is first, Heather is first.
Hi, I am Heather, and I have just played Nugs, the Joy Maker. And also probably Greblin, probably a Greblin. Where it was like maybe has a tail. We're not sure. Like, you
A
know,
little bit of Greblin.
yeah, just a little. Yeah. If you want to catch me anywhere else, I don't think I'm doing any more of the Haz-Mas stuff because I'm getting ready to travel. But we are going to be doing C3 this Wednesday, so if you would like to check that out, come by, hang out with us as we hang out with cryptids. We're gonna throw a seance probably. It's gonna be great. Yeah.
Sick.
Yay. We love a good Christmas seance.
Yeah.
Who was next? I forgot.
It's you.
You, I think.
You're
Yeah.
Is it
next,
me?
youngest.
We're going
Yeah.
characters, but yeah.
Is it okay? Either way, hi, hello. Yeah, my name is Will. I'm one of the storytellers here live from the apocalypse, and I do a bunch of stuff. I was tonight Sergey Cannoli, the very cool and sexy Cannoli sibling
Mhm.
when he's high. Very tired the rest of the time. Relatable though, honestly. I will be back here tomorrow night for class reunion, our 5e homebrew game that I run about a group of high school students who have been trapped in a fantasy world for 10 years. It's very good. It's gayer than you expect. Come back at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then if you enjoyed me doing a bad Russian-ish accent tonight, you can hear me doing a bad Scottish accent Wednesday night for Cryptic Community College. And then I'll be back Friday for the series finale, well, the season finale, hopefully, of A Season of Secrets and Shadows, our Regency Monster Arts game, where I will be Abigail Donatelli, best worst girl. Then we have one more Haz-Mas game, I think, outside of our normal one. But I'm sorry, we have two more. I am running one of them on the 29th. You can come back for Silent Nacht, which is a Apocalypse Keys game about it's basically a mashup between Rise of the Guardians and Hellboy. And I was worried that everybody was going to take that concept and be very silly about it, and I was wrong. They understood the assignment, and these characters are very sad and fucked up. So come back on the 29th to check that out. That's it for me, I think.
Sad and fucked up is the other holiday spirit.
Yeah.
I'm Clancy. I just finished playing Paulie Cannoli, who is the gutter warden of the family and essentially perpetually stressed Italian plumber, Italian American plumber, I should be exact. I come and go like the wind when it comes to the server. I don't play in any of the current games. I'm not scheduled to do any of the Haz-Mas stuff. I don't know if we've stored videos anywhere, but if you also want to see something else I did, I believe it was around Thanksgiving, we did a bunch of streams, and I ran Guess Who's Coming to Donner, which was a Deadlands one shot for that. So, yeah, who knows? I might appear again in the future. I might not. I might be a ghost. Whether past, present, or yet to come, that's your choice.
Howdy, y'all. My name is Rose, and I played Gabba Nona Cannoli, the Hinge Seer playbook. I am a community member here with Live from the Apocalypse. I am going to be playing in Will's Silent Nacht game, so you can see me be a sad, depressed character who understood the assignment. I don't have anything else to plug, so be excellent to each other, and happy holidays.
Happy holidays indeed.
Hello, I am sorry. I'm Raph, and I did this, and then I'll be back here tomorrow. Also for a class reunion. To also be very gay and it would be fun. And then hold on, pause. I'll be back next Thursday for Redacted. Our friend JD's homebrew psychological horror game. Very good, very fun. Hopefully we'll know more. I will be cursed and we'll actually get to play. It'll be great. And it's gonna be great. And then also watch out for more sessions of Ward H, aka Halicons and Horizons and Halicons. There we go.
Horizons and Halcyons.
I can't get
So good.
I'm just gonna
good.
call
Don't
everything
worry about it.
my
Don't
little
worry
boy
about it.
for if I don't know. It's just
Your little boy.
watch out for my little boy. It's a podcast recording. That's an alternate universe, really sad, dark version of Academy Age. If you don't listen to Academy Age, what are you doing? It's a finalist. Go vote. Audioverse Awards. A lot of amazing people, including Will, are nominated for some amazing stuff. So Corey is nominated, and JD and Julia, who are also going to be here tomorrow. Anyway, everybody's amazing. Go vote. And be cool.
I probably should have talked about that, but it has not sunk in, and I forgot.
Okay, I got you.
Thank
voted
you.
for you
appreciate it.
Finalists. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Gotta
Thank
keep
you.
voting.
Please,
Stuff the ballot box.
please, and thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's going to do it for us here tonight. We had a good time. If you are not already following us on social media, you can do that. There are links in the chat. Or you can join the Discord community, which is a great place full of great people, and we would love to have you be a part of it. But I think on that note, it's going to do it for us here tonight. So we're going to raid Long Lost Lore. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Happy holidays.
Good night.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.